All right, welcome everybody. This is the start of Civ4 AI Survivor, game number 2 for season 7. I do have to update the war counter from it's still set to what it was last week. We have not had 16 wars in 4000 BC. That would be quite something if we'd managed to have that happen. So there we go. Thank you for the reminder. As far as this game goes, the pregame favorite is Pool 1 leader Mansa Musa. This is not surprising. Mansa won the competition, was very dominant last year. He is the pick by about 50% of the contest entrants to win. And the other kind of co-favorite is Surya Varman, who is picked by about another 30%. Excuse me. So we had only very minimal picks for the other 5 leaders. And then the first to die favorite is Lincoln over here. He is a high piece weight leader off by himself, so is not expected to do very well. But with that, no further ado, let's go ahead and get started in this one. All right, so as always, we're going to try to look for, number one, where are the leaders sending their settlers? Because they always get the free extra settler on deity. And then who's going for the early religions? This is an exceedingly rare game where none of the 7 leaders started with mysticism. None of them did. So it's a pretty free run on religions. And Hannibal looks like he wants one. He's going for mysticism here. I will note that Mansa, who has the fishing start, is opening with fishing, which is probably the correct tech for him to go for. Bismarck stuck with the archery research of Doom. People have pointed out that his tech flavors means he goes archery early in the game very frequently, which is not a good tech to open at the start. Okay, so where the little archer symbol is, that's where the settlers are going. So if you're curious where people are moving them, in which direction, get to see over here. So Mansa heading to this jungle region. Hannibal going down the river, Surya Varman going west instead of east, which is interesting, heading towards Hannibal. Bismarck, and then all the other leaders in the south seem to be heading west with their initial leader. Not that Augustus really has a choice. All right, so we got a couple early cities here. Yeah. So the thing is, I had flipped it on to domestic so I could see where the settlers were, but if I do that, it does flip off the resources. I can only run one or the other between those two. Okay, we do have some cities planted, so let's see what we've got. Augustus has a floodplain spot. I'd say this is pretty good. Another iron down the road, although he has iron here, so he should have iron for Praetorians, but I don't think that that was really in dispute. Hannibal just wanted, yeah, Hannibal is going for, oh, he has a workboat. Oh, is he going to go for the clams over the fish? That doesn't make any sense. It's literally one's a 4 food tile, one's a 5 food tile. Why would you do that? I do think it's nice that he was able to mine this sheep tile. 1 food, 4 production. That's a very good tile, especially when combined with his seafood. Anyway, the other cities that went were planted down. Bismarck has gone for another one of these jungle sites. We were having some discussion in the AI Survivor Discord about why the AI picks these spots. One of our members whose name is escaping me, I'm sorry for that, was explaining how why they pick these in the code. Long story short, they like to go for resources. So like this spot has resource, resource, resource. So that's why they are going for this one. Now, of course, the AI can't use these because they're buried under jungle and they don't unlock until calendar. Yes, that's right. Atron on Twitch, thank you. Ethelwind on yeah. But anyway, so the AI likes these spots that have lots of resources, but this is a terrible spot for a second city. It looks good to the AI, but it's a bad spot, obviously. Okay, so other spots. Hannibal, oof, he's on the rice? Okay, that's kind of weird. I guess he doesn't need food that badly at this spot, but it's still kind of weird. He settled on the rice and off the river. Okay, I guess so. A little weird. Oh, you know why he did this? It's so he can get boom, boom, boom. He wants to get all these sugars in his city range to get to the sugar. Yep. It makes sense to the AI, even though it looks utterly bizarre to a human. Oh well, it's still in a floodplains region, so it's not a bad city, but it's a little wonky. And then Surrey. Now this city, Surrey's creative, right? So this city's going to pop its borders. It's going to toss creative culture out here. It's actually quite a good city. That combined with the gold resource means Surrey does have a really nice opener here. I will note that he has not moved towards Mansa for what that's worth. And he's going to have some border tension with Hannibal, potentially. So that could be an issue here. But this is a very nice spot for a city, and he's going to have stone for his inevitable pyramids attempt down the road. Oh, what's this? Hannibal is using his workboat to scout. What? Oh, AI, why? Why not improve the fish? He's like, nope, I'm gonna go scouting with this. What the? I guess he's looking at it and he's like, no, I've got an improved resource tile. I don't need this until I'm size 2. But it's like, oh my god, seriously. All right, anyway, so Surrey Marvin. Yeah, that city would grow in like 2 turns if he just worked the fish tile. Anyway, so we've got a city here. And he's got double gems. He's also got a banana tile that's not underneath jungle, so this can be farmed for a. I actually think it's a. Doesn't it become a 4-food tile with a farm? Because I think it's naturally 3 food, and you can farm for a 4-food tile. I think that's right. So this is actually a pretty nice city. He just needs to get mining and then improve this. So I'd say this is pretty solid overall. And this is a nice capital, certainly for someone who starts with agriculture wheel. It's already on pottery tech. A little earlier for pottery than you probably want. We also did have a city from Mansa Musa. I wouldn't say this is a great city, but it does have a 3-food tile. If he can get the borders popped, you know, he gets the oasis, which is nice. Unfortunately, the copper is in a really awkward spot. This could be delayed for a very long time. It's actually a really awkward spot for the copper. So that's not great for Mansa fans. If you're rooting for Mansa, you probably want him to dump a city here, which would then have the copper in second ring. But it's true, he has skirmishers, so he doesn't need it as badly as some of the other leaders. All right, and Lincoln is not settled yet, but he's probably going to dump in this beautiful floodplains region over here. Yeah, wow. Very, very nice land over here. Look at all these floodplains, gold tile in the second ring, gems once he gets to ironworking. Not bad. Not bad. A lot of floodplains over here. So that's our opening thus far. Again, Hannibal is still the only one who's gone for mysticism. So he should get this religion if he wants it. I'm kind of curious how far he's going to send this. Oh man, he is just fully committed to the scouting at this point. Like, fully committed to the scouting. He is just not going to use this to improve either of his seafood tiles. Jeez. Oh boy. Meanwhile, Mansa is building a workboat, all very slowly. And he's researching agriculture, so that's pretty good for him. He can farm this tile. He can farm his wheat. He's also building the road that we all knew he was going to build because he starts with wheel and what is he? Is he wheel mining? I think he is. He doesn't really have anything to mine though. I guess he can mine this tile because the hills at his capital are forested, so he can't use them. Probably good tech choices to start the game for Mansa though. Probably good choices. So Hannibal's on meditation, and someone sooner or later is going to pick mysticism and go for the other religion. No one else has done so yet, though. So Hannibal's going to get... So this will be a holy city, and that's going to pop the borders. So there's going to... I mean, it's going to be crowded over here, right? Like, we knew this part of the map was going to be congested. This part of the map looks a lot more open over here. I just think this jungle region is going to keep anyone from being on top of Mansa anytime soon. He's just going to get a lot of space here. So, I don't know, we'll see. By the way, thanks for subscribing, Jazzy. Really appreciate it. All right, so what else do we have here? Let's just advance a couple turns because not much goes on these first couple turns here while we're waiting on like religions to be founded. Normally the religions get founded. All right, now we've got other people racing for the second religion, right? So this is a mysticism from Suryavarman, mysticism from Suleiman, but Suryavarman's going to win this race, right? Because he's got the gold tile. Actually has a pretty nice capital right now. Oh, he's lacking in food, but he's got the gold tile, so his research is way better than anyone else's right now. So he's definitely going to get this. If he wants the religion, it's his, you would think, out of this group here. Close-up of the panther. Okay. You guys want to see the panther unit in the jungle. All right, so there's the wolf, and then over here is the panther. There you go. Wakanda forever. All right. Let's keep going. So, polytheism. Yep, so Suryavarman's going to get the second religion for sure. Kem Ochet tamed the panther, though. So it looks like this. So this is going to be a holy city as well, right? That's going to be interesting. So we're going to have holy cities here and here. Let's advance until we actually see that happen. But that's what we're going to see here for sure. Suleiman and Lincoln are just wasting their time if they want a religion. I mean, mysticism's not a wasted tech if you're uncreative. All right, Taoism is the religion he picked. Okay. So that's something. I should also reveal the map so we get the announcement in the actual city. All right, so Taoism here, and then whatever religion Surrey picks is going to pop up over here in 4 turns. That's really weird. All right, so settlers. Who's building settlers? Lincoln already almost has a settler done. Yeah, of course he's going to convert. Actually, I don't need to go that. So settler in Washington, that's almost done. Early granary here in Istanbul. That would be really good if the AI understood how to use these more. Instead, the AI does stuff like this. I've got a 6 food tile and another 6 food tile, and we're not going to work either of them. So the AI does dumb stuff like this sometimes. Anyway, but yeah, settler. All right, Nance's building a slow settler at Dejeuner. A slightly faster settler. By the way, here's how not to use the imperialistic benefit. Building with with food instead of hammers. How's not to use that benefit right there. Anyway, I mean, Istanbul is at the happy cap, true, but that's when you cram out some more settlers or workers to go improve this tile. Anyway, it's the AI. We know AI doesn't know how to do this stuff properly. So yeah, we should have a Lincoln settler any turn now, but first let's wait for this. Let's see what religion he picks. The Kirks get free light cavalry. Not in this game. So Buddhism, that makes sense. Of course he would pick Buddhism. I forgot that he would of course pick that. To make sense with the Khmer. Also early pottery from Mansa, so he wants to go the pottery route early on. Just checking in here, so he just finished agriculture, so he's got this improved. I mean, this doesn't look that bad as far as capitals go. We'll check all the capitals in a couple turns, and then he's building the settler here very slowly. Interesting. Yeah, Manta's not going to be one of the score leaders early, but I do think his long term is pretty good. Yeah, going for pottery this early, he does not mess around. Okay, so the settler should have just finished here. Yeah. So let's watch where Lincoln sends his settler on these upcoming turns. Suyvarman probably already getting ready for his pyramids. Yeah. But like, look at that. And Bismarck's finished bronze working already. Well, we've got 2 competing religions here right away. Worst enemy of Mansa Musa and Lincoln. Where these religions go is going to be really interesting. The fact that they're so close together, like right on top of each other. The Surya-Roman Holy City is going to utterly cut off Hannibal from land east. That is correct, because it's going to expand here, and block that. So yeah, Hannibal is going to be squeezed, because this pops borders in only 9 turns. Anyway. Alright, so Lincoln's moving down here. Interesting. Suppose that makes sense, because it's jungle to his north. Probably makes sense to move down here. Is he going to settle on it? He's probably going to settle right here, I bet. Nope, on the gold. Okay. Why settle on a plains hill tile and make use of a gold when you could just settle on the resource itself? Okay, sure, why not? I was going to say he settled to get the colon range, but the AI can't see this resource yet, so that can't factor into the decision making. So that is not the case. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at people's capitals real quick to see. Yeah, so like, look at this. I mean, Mansa's start a little bit slow, but he's already got double workboats finished here. He just needs to increase his happiness cap, and he'll be off and rolling. He's got double workboats done. He's got this improved. Starting to look pretty solid here. Too bad he's not making use of the financial bonus. But I think that's pretty solid start there. All right, Augustus looks like he needs to get agriculture. What is Augustus researched, just out of curiosity? Because he has not researched agriculture. He went for early bronze working, and it actually paid off because he has copper in his capital. He could not have known that he had a copper resource there, but that's going to help him a good bit. If he wants to build settlers out of his capital, he can crank them out right now. But we'll see if he actually does that. He just finished a settler in... Oh, he's got a settler here, unescorted. Okay. Yeah, AI does not cheat with hidden resources. They did in Civ3, but they don't in Civ4. Bismarck is pretty much falling on his face right now. He is finally about to get agriculture, but he's just improved his 2 elephant. If that's all you've improved 25 turns into the game, that is not a particularly good-looking start. Yeah, Biz is really struggling. This could be rough on him. I'd say the one thing that's gone in his favor is so far Suleiman did not expand towards him. Probably the one thing in his favor. So we peeked in here before, and again, the biggest issue is, these corn tiles are improved, but they're not really being used. I do think that the cottages on the double floodplains is quite nice. This has already turned into a hamlet, so this is going to be good. Suleiman's economy might be better than we expected in this game. Lincoln, he has farmed some tiles. That's about it. not as good as could be. Belatedly, Hannibal got around to adding workboats on his seafood resources. Also got his pottery and put a cottage down on this plains tile. You might say, why in the world did he not cottage the floodplains? But that tile is apparently allocated to Utica, even though it's not using it. So, don't quite understand this decision, but he did mine these tiles. I mean, he has a number of improved tiles. For some reason, farming a floodplains, even though he has like tons of food here. Actually, I guess he doesn't with those hill tiles, so I don't know. Here, this looks pretty good. The rice is improved. The gold is mined. Another floodplain is farmed. This looks pretty solid here. Having all these floodplains tiles is really nice. And that's everybody's starts. I will say most of them are looking pretty solid. Bismarck looks shaky. Don't think Bismarck's off to a very good start at all. The cottage on the hill, yeah, a cottage on... Wait, who had the cottage on the hill? Was that, Was there a cottage on a hill here? Who had the cottage on the hill, just out of curiosity? Was it, um... Silly Man has a cottage on a hill. Where is that? Oh, yeah, he does on this tile. A lot of people don't even know you can build cottages on hill tiles in Civ 4. You can, it rarely makes sense to do so. All right, so there we go. And then we still have a third religion. We still have the monotheism religion, so it could get grabbed by somebody. But I think the most important thing to watch right now is who's got settlers out on the map, because there should be some other ones. It looks like Suryavarman has... No, wait, that's just a worker. Wait, where is... Oh, he's building a settler. Okay. But we have one from Augustus. We have one... Wait, is that a set? Nope, that's a worker. We have one from Augustus that's out on the map. We might as well watch this one and see where it goes. Right? Doesn't he have one on the map? Yo, he has a settler in here, but it's just standing here for some reason. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, there it goes, finally. I was like, what are you doing? Not sure what he was doing there. All right, Mansa making a bold claim with his next seed. Instead of, I thought he might go north, but instead he's headed due west. Oh, wow, he's going for the jungle cluster resources. And there's actually a farm out here. This is a Plains Hill as well. Oh, wow, this is a great spot. I love this spot if he's able to hold. Now, the question, as always, is can he hold this? Because it does have the potential to create border tension, obviously, but Plains Hill, is that a wet corn? No, it's a dry corn, but still, he has agriculture tech. If he can hold this is going to be very nice because it'll mean that he fills in the whole, it would mean he probably gets almost everything to the north of this. Is it? Oh, right, it's next to the lake, duh. It's next to the lake, so it is a wet corn, that's right. And he's got a skirmisher on a hill, which is not going to die to anything until much later. So I think this is looking pretty solid for him here. He cottaged the pig style, which is pretty hilarious. He really just needs more happiness. Needs like a religion or something. But yeah, we'll see. Researching archery tech right now so he can get the skirmishers out. All right, elsewhere, we had Silly Man put a city down. Good spot. Floodplains. Silks down the road. Misses the iron, but he can't know that that's there yet. Good spot. It's a smart place to put a city down. And Augustus was moving a settler. Wait, did he send it back into a city again? No, it's down here. Okay. Not pushing north or west particularly fast. This is maybe not the smartest place for him to be sending here. The tile limit for lakes is, I believe it's when you get over 10. I think when it's 11 tiles, it becomes saltwater, I believe. It's right around 10 when you get, I think it's when you get to 10, it's 10 or 11, it becomes saltwater. And then when it's 20 tiles, you can build ships is the rule. It has to be 20 or larger to build ships on it, is the rule. Close up on Ottoman Archer. Okay. I don't know if there's much to see there. It's like looks like an Egyptian design there. Anyway. Yeah, and then the final rule is if there's a seafood resource in the water, you can build a workboat. It doesn't matter how large the body of water is. If there's a resource, you can build a workboat in there, is the other rule. All right, Hannibal looks like he's about to settle the jungle. So pick this spot here. Again, a spot that makes sense to the AI because it's got a lot of resources, but is a total garbage city for right now. I mean, 100 turns from now, this will be a great city. It'll have lots of food. Everything's green. But for right now, it's, pretty terrible. Bismarck has settled over here. So get that border tension rolling, guys. These two are right onto these cities are only 4 tiles apart. He did claim the copper tile, and he does have bronze working, so he knows the copper's there. So he might hook up an early copper, and that could be a problem for someone who doesn't have early metals. And then Augustus settled this spot here, which will be nice if he can pop the borders, but is kind of garbage until he actually pops the borders. Needs that 4-food cows out in the second ring. Sri of Armin, does he have a settler out? Yeah, okay, he has a settler right here. Definitely slow to expand. He's working on Stonehenge right now, which he does not need as a creative leader. Although it would give him a profit for his shrine, so it's not terrible, but I'd say it's a low priority for him. So he's got a settler wandering around. It's actually unescorted at the moment. Maybe it's going to link up with this warrior. See where this thing's going. There's a barb archer here, so there's some slight danger perhaps, but could, if he settles like right here, he's definitely going to have some tension with Mansa Musa. No, he went for a more conservative spot. Pretty safe location there. Whoops, I was trying to turn the borders on. So this is going to claim ivory, so that's nice. Get those ballista elephants down the road. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. Map's starting to get divided up a little bit further here. Looks like Mansa's about to connect this. Yeah, Mansa's still low on score, but again, he doesn't have the border pops, and he's building another settler. Mansa needs to dump that settler. Honestly, the best tile would probably be right on top of this, because then it's a 3 production tile, but we'll see. All right, anyone else have a settler out, just out of curiosity? Suryavarman, no, that's a worker in his capital. There's some people building settlers. I don't think anyone has one out on the map right now. What is this? Exploring the Southern Ocean. This is the Antarctic expedition down here, apparently. Anyway, yeah, so I guess we don't have any settlers on the map right now. Just waiting to see if anyone's going to go. All right, it looks like bronze working is a very popular tech right now. Animal husbandry bronze working is basically everybody at the moment. But we are going to see Stonehenge finished here, so that's a nice pickup. Not nearly as useful for a creative leader, but as I said, it will get him his shrine in 50 turns if nothing happens. I guess his borders will expand even that much faster. Have some more border tension over here. Yeah, Hannibal's already pretty boxed in. For this early in the game, it's not great that he looks like he might get stuck on 5 or 6 cities, which is not great. It's one of the reasons I did not. I know some people liked him for second place. I just thought he was going to get boxed in too badly in this game. Maybe he'll still surprise us though. He did get a religion. I mean, he could snowball over Lincoln potentially. So I don't want to say he's by any means out of this game. I mean, I have Mansa. He's dead last in score right now. But I just thought he would get squeezed on land, and it looks like that might be happening. Anyway, so not a ton going on right now. A lot of people building settlers, but I don't think there's any out on the map right now. Oh, never mind. Lincoln had one, which he is put over here. I would have liked this city a lot more one tile to the south where it gets copper, but he doesn't have bronze working, so he can't see that yet. So it's not his fault. No way for him to know that the copper was right there. But needless to say, this does not exactly push out Lincoln's borders either. There's a ton of space down here that's not being claimed by anyone just yet. All right, do we have some more settlers out so we can watch their movement? Looks like Hannibal just finished one, so we can keep an eye on this one. He's also got another exploring workboat out, apparently. So there's bronze working finishing for the Ottomans. Is this another settler? No, that's just a worker. But there's another settler under production, plus the Great Wall. So definitely putting that stone to good use with some of the early ones. I would be very surprised if Augustus is plotting war this early in the game, but I suppose it's possible now. Too early in the game. I don't think I've ever seen an AI declare war before like turn 50-ish in AI Survivor. And even that's still super early. Yeah, he does have an awful lot of military because he had that very early copper connected. Like if you look at power, he's well above anybody else in the game. But it's hard to see him going after someone else quite this early in the game, but you never know. I mean, if he were to declare war on like Mansa Musa at this stage of the game, people would be like, oh my god. Anyway, there's a Mansa settler out. I'm curious where this one's going. So we're tracking one from Hannibal. I think Hannibal's going to plant right on this tile here. Copper and sheep. That's actually a smart spot to grab. Doesn't claim a lot of land, but very nice in terms of resources. So that makes sense. All right, Mansa has finished bronze working too. Looks like he's going for this resource cluster over here. He's probably going to settle right on this tile. Be my guess. Now that was a fast Great Wall. So another wonder done. Suryavarman definitely knocking out the wonders early. All right, this is another city that needs to expand borders. the sheep tile and the floodplains in the second ring. Mansa would actually benefit a lot from having mysticism right now. Yeah, he's missing. I'm a little surprised he skipped it thus far. Animal husbandry is a good. This did lock down elephants for him too, which is nice. So yeah. Anyway, and so it looks like Suleiman's going to get the third religion. I think that was mentioned in chat too. So we're gonna have all of the religions in the West. No religions from Mansa, which I think some people said they thought that him avoiding religion was one of the most important things he had to do in this game. So we have a new Ottoman city over here, Bursa. Looks pretty good. Double food resources, a lot of green tiles. There is a barb archer here, but he has an archer defending. Now, if there was a warrior defending, that could have been dangerous, but with an archer defending, gonna go ahead and win that fight. Suleiman is about to pop this religion any turn now. Bismarck got another city down over here. Looks pretty good. Got a food bonus tile on a river. Floodplains in the second ring, not bad. And Augustus continues to not expand aggressively. He's kind of letting Bismarck get a lot of the territory that's disputed between them, but not terrible. It does give him a point of happiness here from the first, so I won't say this is awful or anything, but maybe could have been spent better pushing to the north or something. Still has, oh, he's got another settler right here. Interesting. You doing okay over there, bud? Sydney, those of you who might have come in later, Sid's right over there. He's just snoozing on the couch. He was stretching. I mentioned this earlier on stream. We're supposed to get a package delivery or multiple package deliveries today. So Sydney will probably flip out when that happens. Okay. Which city is it going to pop up in? If it pops up in Edirne, that would be hilarious, right next to Utica. It's slightly more likely to pop up in Ankara, but it's not much. It's pretty much like it won't pop up in the capital. That's not going to happen. But I think it's just like a random dice roll that's population weighted from the other cities. So I think it's like 4 out of 8 here, 3 out of 8 here, 1 out of 8 here. I believe that's how it works. Or something along those lines. All right, it did pop up in Ankara. So it's not quite as close. We did not end up with holy cities here, here, and here. Wait, turn off the resources. We did not end up with holy cities here, here, and here. But it's not exactly far away either. So all the religions are on the western side of the map. And look, look at that early pyramids build here as well. Really going for the stone wonders. City of Armin is in this game. Definitely liking the stone wonders. Anyway. All right, and we're about to hit turn 50, so it's a good turn to stop and take stock of the game on an interesting 50 turns. Interesting opening here. All right. So first up, and of course he's going to go to Islam. All right, so first up, let's get our traditional overview screenshot just so we can see what the map looks like. 50 turns in. So City of Armin's not exactly expanding fast, but he has been building a lot of wonders. Question is that enough? Oh, Mansa got another city. Just planted Wallata up there. I didn't realize that. Let me take a quick look at this one. So that is marble, which he might very well be using. He should really split off this wheat tile to the new city because he's got 3 Oh, wow. Wow, okay. That's looking pretty sharp there for Mansa. Not too shabby. Anyway, so as far as city count, before I got interrupted there, Mansa has 5, so Armin has 4. 4 for Hannibal, 4 for Lincoln, 4 for everybody. Everybody else has 4 cities. Interesting. So in terms of the graphs, is kind of the other interesting thing. So GNP, Surya Armin's in the lead by a good margin. That's not shocking. He has Holy City culture, he has creative culture, he has Stonehenge culture, and he has Great Wall culture. How much of that is actually research, though, is harder to say. Suleiman, actually, off that early gold resource, is looking good there, too. Production's pretty close, although Mansa and that's Suleiman look like they have a little bit less. Food, again, it's pretty close, except the 2 in the southeast corner, Bismarck and Augustus, are struggling for some reason. Not sure why that is. Augustus has way more power than everyone else. Mansa is actually second in power off the back of his skirmishers. And Lincoln is the weakest because he doesn't train units. Culture, yeah. City of Armin and Hannibal are way above the rest in culture. Espionage is whatever. It doesn't matter this stage of the game. All right. As far as research, Mansa's at 15. City of Armin's at 17. Augustus at 8. Struggling there. Bismarck 12. Hannibal 3. What? What are you doing? 3. Lincoln 17. Suleiman 22. Wow. He's really got a lot of commerce there. I think it's off the gems tile, and then he did build a lot of cottages early. Also, almost all of his tiles are riverside. Hannibal 3, what is going on here, buddy? You got a water start. Look at all this commerce. Why are you... Oh, never mind. He's actually upgrading something. Look at this. He's actually upgrading something. So he's not actually destroyed his economy. For some reason, he's running a lot of gold. I don't know quite why. I think he might be trying to upgrade units, which is a poor way to spend gold. All right, anyway, largest in the world. Mansa Musa the Hopeless. Oh no. Everybody who picked Mansa, that's not great. It's mostly because he just hasn't expanded borders anywhere. Going for masonry now. Look at all these barbs here. So the barbs are getting channeled into Mansa's territory because they can't go into the Great Wall. But skirmishers on a hill should not have any difficulty dealing with this. That said, they did pillage this farm here. I guess that means Mansa just works more tiles. Yeah, Mansa needs happiness really badly. That's the thing that's holding him back. He would actually benefit a lot from... Oh, he's going to hook up this. About to hook up the ivory, which is going to be a big help. How are the other AIs doing in terms of how... Oh, wow. Augustus, where are your resources, man? He has no resources. He has a copper, and that's it. What is this guy doing? I guess he didn't have that many, but he hasn't connected the cows. He hasn't connected the furs. What is this guy doing? Anyway, I'm just curious, like, how many resources. Yeah, so, like, look at this. The +2 happiness is so big in the early game. Definitely helping Suleiman. And I think Story of Armin has double happiness as well. Really makes a difference at the start of the game now, as compared to no happiness. Or +1 happiness. Yeah, Mansa could really benefit from getting someone's religion. Just so we can pop borders. Oh, they actually cut the trade route here. Skirmishers, how do you let this happen against warriors? Obviously, the AI doesn't want to attack and lose its last city defender. Anyway, we should see if there's any settlers out on the map from anyone. So Suryavarman does not have a settler out and does not have a settler in production as far as I can tell. So looks like he might be on 4 cities for a little while. We have a worker there. That's another mission. Oh, missionary. Built a Taoist missionary this early from Carthage. Interesting. Actually not seeing a ton of settlers on the board from these. Looks like people are content to pause their expansion. There's one here from Bismarck. Oh, is there a race for the pyramids? I just assumed Suryavarman had that. He's only 9 turns away. Anyone else building pyramids? Oh, wow, Washington's actually close as well. He's only 10 turns away. I just assumed Suryavarman was going to get that because he's got the stone, but I guess Lincoln has stone as well. Well, we'll see. Maybe one of them will be willing to whip it up. Did one of them finish it? No, Washington just... Oh, you know what it is? He's got barb... Lincoln has barb problems, so he swapped off to deal with the barbs. Built a chariot to deal with it. I don't know how you let this get pillaged. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, Bismarck had a settler out. It's heading to the southern tundra, so we'll just keep an eye on this. There's barbs running around, but with an axe to cover it, yeah, should have no trouble. Just got a little extra production, or a little promotion, not production there. Pretty nice spot. It's got a wheat horse. Never going to be an amazing city, but solid. So it gets him out to 5. Matching Augustus, who's also on 5. I guess Suryavarman did have a settler out. He got a settler up here for city number 5. I must have missed that one. Didn't spot it. Yeah, so it looks like pyramids are indeed going to go to Suryavarman without too much trouble. So anyway, Suryavarman definitely has raced out to a big score lead. A lot of that is from his wonder. Oh, by the way, he's building a Temple of Artemis now as well. Really seems to be interested in those wonders for this game. So he's going to have good culture. Got another gold tile. Double gold resources. Pretty nice. Definitely has some fertile lands up here. I mean, I agree with all the people who said pregame Suryavarman's land is good. I do think he has good land here. Mansa being in last place is probably not a great sign for him, but all of these are pretty close. He's building sailing. He is building another settler here. He has a settler in Kumbi Salah. I don't know where he's going to send that, though. Anyway. How have no religion? Yeah, no religions have spread yet. A little surprising there's been not a single religion spread. Now, religions do spread faster once open borders get signed. No one has open borders yet because they don't have writing tech. Hannibal's going to squeeze a settler in here, apparently, next to the gold tile. All right, so Suryavarman does finish the pyramids. Has gotten every wonder in the game so far. Great Wall, Stonehenge, and pyramids. It actually means that Great Spine. So this pops in 26 turns. This pops in 7. All right, so he's either going to get an engineer or a spy. This actually means by building double wonders here, he now is more likely to get a great spy for his first great person instead of getting a prophet. Of course, if he builds Temple of Artemis, that'll increase the prophet odds back again. So, yeah. But we are going to see this settler get crammed in here. There we go. I do think Mansa's hurting for lacking a religion. He's hurting for lack of happiness. Look at this. All right. Well, I mean, don't say. I mean, if you're looking for border tension, friend, you might have found the border tension you're looking for. We should check diplomacy. I haven't really checked diplomacy. All right. So Mansa's the worst enemy of Hannibal and Suryavarman, but I don't think Hannibal is like. I think Hannibal's likely to get a fresh worst enemy in the near future because he's going to have border tension over here. Suryavarman, anyone else a worst enemy? Nope, just Mansa. Suryavarman's the one he has to be most concerned about. Would probably help Mansa if he picked up Suryavarman's religion, which is the one he's most likely to pick up, but we'll see. Suryavarman also does not like Lincoln very much. He's actually -3. Look at this. He's +1 with Mansa and annoyed. He's -3 with Hannibal, but cautious. Pretty interesting there. And then Hannibal doesn't like Mansa, doesn't like Lincoln. Really interesting. Is anyone plotting yet? You can see it doesn't look like it. Not there, at least. Still a little early in the game. All right, Hannibal is the one who's plotting war. Probably targeting Lincoln. Does Lincoln have metals connected yet? He needs to expand borders here. Does he have mysticism tech? Lincoln? Oh no. Oh no. No mysticism. Uh-oh. He has copper right here, but he can't expand his borders yet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's no iron. I mean, he can build chariots, but that's not going to help him. Uh-oh. Of course, now the hilarious thing will be, what if Hannibal decides to throw his units into Suryavarman's lands instead? Or the Suleiman's instead? Oh boy. Well, I mean, this city's defended by a warrior right now. Oh, wow. Okay, we're caught off guard by this war. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. So Bismarck declares war on Suleiman. All right, well, let us not be said that the game doesn't throw curveballs sometimes. Was not expecting that. Bismarck first declaration of war. So he's got 2 axes, 2 spears, 2 archers. I can't see that succeeding in capturing this city, which is going to have walls. Maybe if the Barb Archer gets an assist. This seems very unlikely to work. Both sides have metals, right? Oh, wait, does Suleiman? Suleiman, he doesn't have metals, does he? No, he just has horses. Okay, well that could be a little bit trickier then. Where does Suleiman have his strategic resources? All right, there's iron right up here, but that's outside his borders right now. There's a copper right here, so all he has to do is settle this. He has a settler right. Okay, so he's a settler right here that's going to get him iron. And is he going for ironworking? He has ironwork. Okay, so he's settling the iron. He has ironworking. He's going to grab this. So he'll have metals soon enough. He just doesn't have them right now. In terms of their respective power, they're not culture power. Bismarck is definitely higher because he has metal resources, but I can't see this attack having much success. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I don't think this is going to work. Oh, this city just popped 40% borders too. Why does this city have so... Oh, it's a holy city. Duh. I was like, why does this city have so much? Oh, no. He turned the settler around, though. The settler was about to settle, and then because the war was declared, he turned the settler around. Oh, no. Well, this stack is going nowhere. He's got the resource in his borders, true. True. But he needs to connect it. So that's the one thing missing there. All right, well, what's going on elsewhere while we've been watching this? So Augustus settled another city down here in the southern tundra to get him up to 6. Mansa Musa is not settled another city, though he has a settler out on the map. He just hasn't planted it anywhere yet. Where is his settler? I know he had one. I saw it walking around. Did he find a way to lose it? Oh no, it's up here. He's got it way up here, so he's about to probably plant on this tile, I would think. On the let's just see if he plants on this. No, going further north. He must want to be on the. He's going to plant on the northern coast then. Meanwhile, Hannibal is presumably still plotting war. We'll see who he goes after. Again, Lincoln would definitely appear to be the softest target, but we'll see. And then Surrey Varman's the other one we want to keep an eye on. He still seems to be in builder mode at the moment, from what I can tell. Mansa surprisingly still not having mysticism is surprising. I'm very surprised he has not picked this up. He'll probably go writing soon, though, if he doesn't pick that up. Anyway, so Bismarck attacked. It didn't go well. He didn't kill anything. He lost his stack. So this is probably just going to slow these two down without having any real effect otherwise. So we continue to keep an eye on Mr. Hannibal, who's still plotting war, but has not declared. The only war is between Bismarck and Suleiman. Bismarck declared war on Suleiman, which seems like a bit of a questionable choice. All right, so Mansa did indeed plant on the northern coast, get him up to 6 cities. Looks like he's got a solid core there. If he would expand his borders, he'd be in better shape. Building Moai. Actually has 3 unhappy faces here. A lot of food, but 3 unhappy faces. Interesting. He's going for ironworking. Although he has no cities that can actually work the iron that's in range. Anyway. Did Surrey Varman go representation? Good question. No, he didn't switch civics at all. Maybe he hasn't had enough time to flip his civics yet, but at the moment, no. He's still in the default civics, which doesn't make a lot of sense why you would build the pyramids and still be in despotism, but who knows? This is the AI we're talking about. They do silly things sometimes. Yeah, Mansa wants a metal. He's managed to miss the copper resource here, so he wants a metal resource. Makes sense why he's going for ironworking there. Augustus built all those units earlier. He is researching ironworking, which will unlock his Praetorians, although, actually, no, he still needs to pop porters here. So actually, it won't unlock Praetorians, although it will if he ever expands his borders. The other one I'm trying to keep an eye on is Hannibal to see if he's got this. It looks like he's building his stack here, I think, in Hadrumetum. Lincoln, by the way, tossed down this city. Get city number 6 up. Or 1, 2, yeah, city number 6. We did have, Suleiman did get his city down here, so this is a pretty nice city again. Although it's being defended by a chariot, so I don't know what's up with that. It is possible the chariot could die here. Jeez, got attacked by two different AI units, or barb units, excuse me. Survived on 2 health. This archer might actually be able to kill it. It would probably be worth the shot. Bismarck plays before Suleiman. Let's see if he takes the shot. He did not. He just moved away and then died to another chariot, so that was kind of dumb. Would have made more sense to at least take the shot. Even if it was like a 30% odds, the chance to kill a city is pretty worthwhile. Of course, the AI wouldn't have raised because it's the AI. They never raise cities. But we're getting a little far afield. Yeah, Mansa, by the way, is still settling land. Oh, he picked up, so that's big. He just picked up, just picked up not the religion of Surya Varman. He picked up Hannibal's religion. Ooh, that's a bad break for him. Now you would expect that he would get this religion because it's closer, but it's not the way this stuff always spreads. Not looking great for Mansa here, because that means Surya Varman is much more likely to target him in this. Yeah, Mansa's his worst enemy between the two of them. And in terms of power, definitely higher right now. Well, we'll see. Mansa's got to hope that he stays focused on building Temple of Artemis, as opposed to going for on the same river as Hannibal. I guess that's true. Aren't they all on the same river? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, this map is characterized by having an absolutely enormous river, and that was discussed. So this one river runs here, here, down here, here, here. Wait, no, this is not the same river. This river doesn't connect to this one. Anyway, but yeah, it's something like that. The blue Civ have triple expanded border cities. Well, he's got wonders. He's creative. He has wonders in half of these cities, so his culture has been pretty monstrous here. Like creative plus Stonehenge culture gives you very, very fast border pops. Mansa having still not gotten something to expand it. All right, he's going writing, so he'll get presumably border pops from there. Oof. This is a blow for Mansa. This we thought he was going to get this resource cluster. He did not get this resource cluster. That's not great for him. Um, not getting the copper is not ideal for him. Copper got sniped. Marble as well, although he has a second source of marble over here. But that's less than amazing. He will pick up writing. So yeah, Suryawarman looking pretty strong here, up to 6 cities. And just in terms of economy, you can't look at GMP because there's so much culture. He's at 22 beakers. Mansa's at 19. So researching at about the same rate, roughly. But I think his position is he just has so much land under his territory from these popped borders. All right. Anyway, so this war is still ongoing. This city is right on the border here between these two. Yeah, they're just trading units to. This is a completely pointless war. It's just going to hurt both of them. I can't see any of these cities trading hands. Though it looks like Suleiman got the worst of that last trade there. He did finally connect his iron down here, so he'll be able to build metal units as well. But it means that the two of them are not going to be expanding. Meanwhile, Augustus is like, hey, gonna set up shop down here in the Antarctic, grab that silver resource to go with the gold resource here. Well, who needs food for my cities? I've got metal resources. Um, but it does take him out to 7 cities, so that's a thing. And Mansa grabbed the city on his southern border too. This city doesn't look like much now. It doesn't have any food bonuses, but he's got iron working, he's got bronze working. If he just chops all this down and builds cottages, it'd be pretty good. Did Suleiman City get raised? Oh yeah, this did get raised. I think it got raised by the barbs. You guys are right. Suleiman's looks like his city got raised by the barbarians. Oof. I wish I had caught that. Should have had the map revealed. If I had done that, we would have seen that. Yeah, it looks like the barbs caught this one. He had a single chariot defending it, which is like, what? Chariot did not getting it done there. Chariot's not really great defensive units, I'm afraid. Anyway, the good news for Lincoln is he did manage to get a library in this city. So borders expanded. If Hannibal comes after him, which by the way, it looks like he's about to, he'll be in a position to defend because he now will have copper connected. And that has to be a war declaration, right? Yeah, I was like, why he decided to move in with a single axe is beyond me. But there's the war we were expecting. War declaration count number 2. I don't know why this whole stack is back here. Now it's a shame for Hannibal that he didn't move this big stack like right here, because there's only 1 archer and 1 warrior in this city, and that's it. Lincoln's probably going to flip to Islam soon as well because he just picked up Suleiman's religion here. So now the only ones who aren't in wars are Augustus, Suryavarman, and Mansa Musa. Mansa is definitely not plotting war. Suryavarman is more likely to be, but not yet. And Augustus, nope, none of them are currently plotting war. Also, we have a Barb City in the Deep South, yes. Not a lot of Barb Cities popping up on this map so far today, which is interesting. All right, well, let's see if Hannibal manages to get a stack together. All right, he's moving this stack here. Not that formidable, though, honestly. It's just that this city is so poorly defended. Oh, Augustus. All right, more conversions. So let's just stop here for a second. Augustus has picked up Buddhism, which is Suryavarman's religion. As I said, it would have been much better for Mansa if he had picked up Buddhism as well. He would then be in a natural kind of alliance with the other Buddhist leaders over here. That Taoism looks like it might be a poison pill religion for him. Yeah, just popped up here. The other religion is Lincoln did indeed flip into Suleiman's religion. So those two could be allies. He actually has several cities went Islamic. Also building the Oracle in his capital for some reason, even as he's getting attacked. 2 versus 1 on Mansa. I suppose, I mean, it's possible, right? If you're curious, Augustus He's still pleased with Mansa. I believe he does not declare war at pleased, but that could change as they get more religious feeling in their cities. I don't know how else to say that, religious feeling. And Suryavarman is still out in front in terms of score at the moment. Of course, a lot of that is land points. But so, well, we actually have an Oracle race going on here, too. We have 2 turns away in Istanbul, 3 turns away in Washington. So I guess Suleiman's going to get that unless someone rushes the wonder somehow. 3 axes, 2 chariots, 2 spears. Now, that's not a great attack force. Normally, that would not be enough to attack a city with walls behind a river, but there's only 1 archer in here. The warrior is irrelevant. The chariot doesn't get defensive bonuses, so this city probably does fall, even though that's not that much of a force. Yeah. So that's a pretty big loss for Lincoln. And then the Oracle. Oh, another religion found. Another religion. Was it theology or code of laws that he took, just out of curiosity, for Suleiman? Theology. Took the theology religion off the board. Interesting. Not what I would have expected. By the way, Mansa's finally belatedly picking up mysticism. He's already picked up writing. So he'll be popping borders in these cities soon if he hasn't already. By building stuff like the libraries. Yeah, I mean, this city we know needs the border expansion really badly. All right, as far as the other war here, the one between Bismarck. So Biz has got a decent stack here. Has a chance to take over this city, which is not that well defended. Needs to be reinforced. Well, for some reason he decided to attack onto a hill. All right, so Suryavarman's first great person, not a prophet, it's a great spy. That's a bit unfortunate for him. Would have been much better to get the prophet and found his shrine to keep his religion spreading. Toss this city in, which is not a bad filler spot. By this point in time in the game, it's, you're usually down to more filler spot. I also got this spot here too. So is he up to 8 cities now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8 cities. He probably has room for 1 or 2 more on the northern coast. Mansa's still on 7. Curious if he ever tries to. It looks like he's going to put another one up here in the north, or somewhere up here. He's got a settler wandering around in this area. Augustus has a decent sized stack here, but doesn't appear to be plotting war as far as I can tell. Suryavarman's really the one to watch because he's the strongest AI at the moment by a pretty good margin. Definitely looks like the strongest AI right here. Yeah, just jogging steadily away with the game. It does feel like that. About to finish Temple of Artemis. Yeah, his happy cap is looking pretty strong. Get up to size 11 in his capital there. Anyway, meanwhile, Hannibal presumably is going to continue his fighting. And Bismarck is building up a pretty good sized stack. Now, if he could just get construction to take down city defenses. I mean, like, that city's not that well defended. It does have 50% defensive bonuses, though. Lincoln has connected his copper, so he does have the metal units. All right, well, let's see how this stack does. I don't think this is anywhere near enough. Built a Temple of Artemis. Yeah, I don't think this is anywhere near enough to capture this. We'll see, though. Nope. That stack got shredded. Down to just 1 axe. They killed some units, but not nearly enough. Great generals born on both sides. The bloodshed. So Mansa did put 1 more city on the coast up here. I will say this looks a little tricky for Mansa to defend this territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He, given time, Mansa could out-tech a lot of these other AIs. I just don't know if he's going to get time. Suryavarman has the peace weight difference, has the religious difference. There's a lot of reason to believe these two are going to be at odds with one another. And I would definitely favor Suryavarman in that conflict. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I think Suryavarman cities are higher quality. They also have expanded borders, so they can work more tiles. Like, this city still doesn't have expanded borders yet. So The Mansa Pac-Man Empire, indeed. But for the moment, the game is a bit of a stalemate because these 1v1 conflicts are not. Uh, it's hard for the AI to get too far ahead in a 1v1 conflict normally. So Bismarck has gone to Hannibal's religion as well. Interesting. So it's Hannibal, Mansa, Bismarck, Lincoln, Suleiman, and then Suryavarman, Augustus on our religious alliances. Those are some weird pairings, not quite what you would expect. This guy is worst enemy of Mansa Musa. He also doesn't like Bismarck, though, either, or Lincoln. Well, Lincoln's not close to him, and he doesn't border Bismarck either. This is where the border tension is. It's up here, this spot. Definite border tension between these guys. I will say that Suryavarman being at 700 score when no one else is much over 500 is not a great sign for the rest of the field. That's a pretty big lead for this stage of the game. Again, not unbeatable, but a pretty big lead. All right. Meanwhile, Hannibal's still moving around. He has another stack going in here, but wait a minute. Wait, what? Why are there only 2 archers defending Lincoln's capital? Oh, come on. He's not really going to be able to take a city with just 3 axes, right? No, that can't happen. Why is Lincoln defending so poorly? Oh my god, what? Where was the defense? What? What? How? How did that happen? And Bismarck made peace with Suleiman. What the? He just like totally forgot to defend himself somehow. 2 archers? Are you kidding me? For your capital? That city was. Oh my god. What the heck is going on here? I mean, he's dead. He's freaking dead. He just had his, like, literally his guts ripped out. There's nothing left. All right, well, Hannibal turned into a big boy now. Look at this. He captured gems here. He'll be able to connect that. I mean, there's no way this guy can fight back, not unless someone else jumps into the war. And he's researching construction too. Oh boy. Okay. The Hannibal train. I really did not have faith in Hannibal. He was going to be squeezed so tightly on land in this game, but oh boy, if he runs over Lincoln, he becomes the favorite, right? He's got to be the favorite. Against cows of mad cow disease. Yeah, seriously. Oh boy, wow. I think he probably got a little lucky on that attack too, because one of these axes won. I don't know how. Geez, okay. Hannibal did move before Lincoln in turn order, so Lincoln did not get a chance to reinforce. But like, geez, man, this dude is just so done for at this point. All right, well, the other actors are now free to be plotting war again if they want. So like, Suleiman is, he's not plotting war with anyone. Bismarck, no. Lincoln is, he's researching construction, but it's like that boat has sailed at this point. Mansa's researching calendar, which would be a very good tech for him. He has a lot of calendar resources. He has the dyes, spices, sugar. Does he have another one? No, he also has wines, but that's not a calendar resource. Yeah, that's a very important one. If he gets 50 turns to build here, I actually like his position still. Just don't know if he's going to get those 50 turns is the thing. We'll see. We'll just see how aggressive Suryavarman wants to get. So far in this game, he's been pretty peaceful. So for the time being, we want to continue watching this. I mean, Hannibal continuing to get stronger is not bad for Mansa, right? It's a counterweight to Suryavarman, and it's another religious friend. So, like, if you're on Team Mansa, Hannibal getting strong is not the worst thing. Any chance Suleiman jumps in? He's not plotting at the moment. Let's just see how he feels about. So, how does he feel about Hannibal? Cautious. He dislikes Mansa and really dislikes Bismarck. If he goes to war, it's most likely would be with Bismarck. I'm not saying it's impossible for him to plot at Mansa, but they have no border, so it's much more likely he would declare war on Bismarck again because of their shared history of conflict. I'm still just shocked by the fact that Lincoln defended his territory so poorly. Like, this was a magnificent defensive position behind a river with walls, and he had 1 archer and 1 warrior inside. It was like, wait, what? Where are your units? And then his capital had 2 archers. I was like, what? What are you doing? Anyway, Hannibal's rebuilding his stack because, he lost some units in his last offensive. But I mean, like, there's no way that 4 scattered cities can defend this long term. The only way Lincoln survives is if someone else jumps into this war for whatever reason. Suleiman or Hannibal going after Surya Varman. Yes, that's the thing that wins the game for Mansa is Mansa's best path to victory is Hannibal runs over Lincoln, then Hannibal fights Suryavarman, and they stalemate, and like the two of them are equally matched. That's what wins the game for him. But we're a long way away from that. Things can shake out in a bunch of different ways. All right, this stack is more credible. I mean, there's a sword, an axe, a spear, an archer, and he's building the Great Light. Like, why? Lincoln, like, what are you doing? Buddy, can we talk about this for a little bit? You're building the Great Lighthouse. What? Yeah, our earliest death was, I think that's right, turn 80. Lincoln, no. I mean, it's almost like there's a reason why people picked him to be first to die. Um, he just randomly moved one unit out here, which then got sniped. All right, Augustus flipped into Taoism as well. Okay. Taoism's starting to get pretty popular here. Suryavarman now has no one else following his religion. Interesting. Very interesting. Also, Augustus, has he finally gotten iron connected? Yes. He was like, who cares about workers? I'll just settle on the iron resource. That's one way to connect it. If he gets borders popped, though, this city's actually not that bad because it can work the crabs for some food. Actually, not that bad in that case. Anyway, Mansa's still doing Mansa things here. He still needs to get these borders expanded. I think most of his cities have some source of culture, yeah, but they haven't quite popped. Yeah, these cities all have culture now, but they still need to pop the borders. He also built Moai in his capital, which is a smart place to build it. Look at this tile. 3 food, 1 production, 3 commerce. Not bad for a lake tile. But look at all these unhappy, man, plus 4 unhappy faces. This guy needs to solve. I was like, this guy needs to solve his happiness problem. But he's like, oh yeah, calendar. He is solving his happiness problem. Again, watch out for his research rate once he gets his calendar resources connected. That's a lot of happiness coming in and being infused into his territory. Because like right now, this is a big advantage here. Not to mention the representation happiness, but yeah, so he's about to get most likely about to get a profit for his shrine up here as well. So Suryavarman looking pretty nice. He's plotting war. He's plotting war. This is maybe the biggest moment of the game is who he attacks. Now, Mansa's his worst enemy, but look, -4, -2, -3, -4, -3, -4. He doesn't particularly care for a lot of these people. I will say Mansa is by far the most likely target, but I don't think it's guaranteed that he goes after Mansa at this point. I think if he goes after someone else, Mansa's in pretty good shape, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, Mansa's the most likely target, but I don't think it's guaranteed by any means because he's got a negative opinion of almost everyone else in the game. Still, this looks like I still suspect Mansa's the most likely target, so we'll see. Anyway, we have another attack that's about to come in here. No catapults yet, so this will just be a straight up attack. Only 20% defenses. There's a City Raider 3 axe, which is going to have good odds on pretty much anything. This should be close. I think it's like 50-50 that this gets captured here. Let's see. Well, it didn't fall, but it looks like it's going to. There's a profit for his shrine. So there we go. Another city down. Just literally chopped right through the heart of Lincoln's territory. Augustus building Great Lighthouse is pretty nice for him, though. Like, he has a lot of coastal cities. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 5 coastal cities. Yeah, look at all that trade route income. A nice wonder for him to build. Very nice. He also does it the Praetorians now. So he is not plotting war at the moment, although it is grayed out. How about Suleiman? All right, he is plotting war, probably with Bismarck. So, yeah, Suleiman is plotting war too. So who does he dislike the most? I think it's Bismarck when we checked this before. He really dislikes Bismarck, but he's not wild about his other neighbors either. There's actually a lot of hatred in this game. A lot of people have hatred in their hearts in this game right now. So he probably is going to declare war on Bismarck, but we'll see. We'll see. Still trying to see where Surya Varman might be building his stack too. It's hard to say. He's kind of got units in a couple different places on the maps. They're not really concentrated. He's about to build his shrine though. Yeah, a little late for open borders, buddy. So he built the shrine and it has 5 cities. Not a widely spread religion. Considering that was the first religion of the game, that was not the fastest. Oh, Biz auto raised a Barb City. And now Hannibal's going to have a profit for his shrine too. Surrey Vermin is certainly far out in front of the rest of the field on score. Some of that is land points, but it's not just land points either. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 9 cities. They're pretty good sizes too. A lot of like size, 11, 10, 9, 7. Those are pretty good city sizes. Just mentioned. Mansa hooking up his calendar resources. Not yet. He's got to get his workers to improve these. They will, but yeah, here they go. They're starting to improve the dyes with the plantation, but as I said, might be too slow. We'll see. Mansa's score is climbing, but he's still a good ways behind Surrey Varman, who's researching construction to make him even more dangerous. All right, Lincoln has like this little remnant here, and then this city off by itself. Can we appreciate this is an excellent Great Wall? Yeah, it actually looks, it actually makes sense. A lot of the time the Great Walls don't look like they make much sense. I mean, obviously it's funny that the cities are outside the Great Walls, but Suleiman will be alone in religion if Lincoln gets knocked out here. Yeah, Augustus getting Great Lighthouse is good if you're like me who has him in a top 2 spot, because it will help fix his economy for sure. Then he needs to plow into Bismarck. There's Hannibal getting hit. All right, so Hannibal's religion, I think, has spread a bit better. Oh, 9 cities. I mean, not amazing, but better, to be sure. Surrey Varman. So remember, he's still plotting war? I'm assuming he is. Yep. Who is he plotting war with? You can sometimes tell based on where they're building their stack. Because like if there's like 20 units in this city, you're like, yeah, he's going for Mansa Musa, but I still can't tell where he's building a stack. Oh, it's here. So he is almost certainly targeting Mansa, and he's going to try to target this city first, Tad Mecca. That's a bad sign for Mansa because this city is very poorly defended. And Mansa's power is not that great overall. So not looking so great for pregame favorite Mansa Musa, who I, of course, have also picked here. Yeah, if you're curious about power, Lincoln is... So this is... Oh, the Surrey Varman is really building a lot of units. Hannibal's here. Lincoln hasn't really gone down, but he just like never built any units here. Yes. Oh, there's even catapults in that stack now. All right, well, this was a dramatic shift in the last 50 turns. Not so much in terms of Surrey Varman, who is already looking strong. Well, there's going to be another... We're going to have a shrine for this religion, too. But more so that Surrey Varman was in the lead, and it looks like he's still in the lead. The big thing is Hannibal just has really come on in the last 50 turns, just really out of nowhere. He only probably should need about 15 more turns to finish the conquest of Lincoln, and then he's got the whole western edge of the map, plus all this territory down here for future expansion if he wants it. So there's a lot of potential there. All right, let's just look at the graphs real quick. We looked at power a minute ago, but GMP, you can see Mansa's on the rise. Surrey Varman is still tops. Hannibal with that financial trait also looking better. Production, so this is the weakness for Mansa, is low production. Surrey Varman outproduces him like 2 to 1. Food, Mansa, Hannibal, Surrey Varman are all tops. Lincoln dying. Bismarck, Augustus down there. Power. Everybody's pretty close except Surrey Varman's way out in front and Lincoln's in last. Culture. Surrey Varman has a ton of culture. And we're curious about research rate. Mansa's at 115. Surrey Varman's at 54, but wait, is he upgrading things or is that actually just his research rate? Nope, that's actually just his research rate. Okay, so Mansa starting to do Mansa things, but will he have time? 66, Bismarck 29, oof. Hannibal 79. Lincoln 8, wow, he's dying. And Suleiman 38. So Mansa's starting to do Mansa things. Like he's getting the happiness in. Yeah, so now he has his calendar resources connected. All 3 of them are connected now. Now his cities are growing. The cottage cheese has begun. The jungle is getting chopped down. So the question is, can Suryavarman attack him and stop him? He's about to get Coat of Walls. He's actually going to get his own religion from that, which is probably bad for Mansa. But he's not that far away from feudalism, which would be useful. I don't know if that would be enough to stop him. Yeah, he's already gotten Calendar, Coat of Walls. Yeah, he's not that far away from feudalism, but I think Suryavarman is probably strong enough to stop him. He's got about I'd say he's got about 30 turns. If he waits much longer than that, Mansa's going to be out of control. So I really think the most important turns of the game are like the next 25 to 50 turns. If Mansa's not slowed down, he's going to win the game. But if he is slowed down, it's going to be Suryavarman or Hannibal are the most likely targets to win. So it's a really interesting moment in the game right now. Oh no! Oh no, there's one catapult in the stack. So instead of just oh, Suleiman coming in to save. Oh, wow, it is what you guys said. Suleiman coming to save Lincoln. Wow. Wow. Okay, out of all the people he was going to attack, I did not think he was going to attack Hannibal there. Wow. Okay. I don't know about Lincoln is necessarily safe because Lincoln's pretty doomed, it seems like, but this is going to slow Lincoln's. At the very least, it slows Lincoln's conquest a lot. This is great news for Suryavarman. This is exactly what Suryavarman wants. Because I thought I thought that Silly Man might actually plow into Suryavarman, or barring that, at the very least, go after Bismarck. But nope, not the case. Bismarck not plotting war right now. Augustus apparently not plotting war. Mansa certainly not plotting war. So he's going to lift this city. I mean, this city's dead, right? 2 archers is not going to be able to hold up against this. And so then Lincoln's going to have the pressure off him. This city's still probably going to get conquered because there's no way Atlanta can defend itself. And like these cities aren't going to contribute much, but Hannibal's going to be slowed down, and that's the big thing. Yeah, so as expected, that city's going to get taken over. There's Mansa founding his own religion. Are we going to get the capture message, or I'm actually not sure if I had... There we go. I wasn't sure if I had to refresh the map since that took place. Okay. A big blow to Hannibal. Now he's got to worry about dealing with Suleiman on his other side, even as his main army is up here. So he needs to grab this city and move out. As far as Suryavarman, oh yeah, see here's his stack, right? Right here. So let's watch. I'm presuming that this is going for Mansa. I can't imagine this is going for someone other than Mansa Musa at this point for Suryavarman. Unless he has... Oh, he doesn't even have open borders with Mansa, so pretty much has to be heading for Mansa. And Mansa does not... I don't think he has much that can stand up to this many units. This is a pretty good size stack here. Alright, well, not on that turn. I moved up here. I still thought that this Town Mecca would be the most likely target. Anyway, this city is likely to fall, but I want to see this, where this stack is going down here. Where is this stack going? It's like running in circles. Well, any turn that Mansa gets for peace is good for him. Atlanta's probably going to get captured this turn, so let's pause there. I don't think that Suleiman can hold this city that was captured. That's the one that was originally crammed in this corner. But he definitely set back Hannibal with that. Oh, there it is. Okay, wanted to attack from this tile. Alright, well, this is the big one we were expecting. So in terms of power, I'll update the war counter in a second. Yeah, Suryavarman has a lot of power there. He does not have any catapults in this stack, but I think that he's got enough to capture this. The city's not that well defended. I mean, it's reasonably well defended, but it's not enough to stop a stack that big. This is pretty much the big clash that we were waiting for. All right, I think this city falls unless Mansa gets like god tier rolls on defense. There's just too many units here. This is 22. Yeah, 22 units against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. That is not enough defense. So as expected, that falls, and then over here in the west, this city fell as well. And this is not a city that Mansa could really afford to lose either. It's actually pretty key for him that he hold on to that because it's got one of his happiness resources. And then it really opens up the path for further attacks here. So yeah, not looking great for Mansa. I don't think he can win this 1v1. I think that this game has a real path to a Mansa victory, but it needs Suryavarman to get caught up in a fight with one of these other leaders in the West, and that just hasn't happened in this game. Suleiman very easily could have attacked him, but just instead went after Hannibal instead. So the things are definitely lining up for a Suryavarman victory at the moment. Definitely lining up that way. Yeah, if Mansa loses this, then he's lost all his Okay, he just converted to his own religion too, which is probably not a smart move on his part to just convert over to his own religion. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the power graph. I think this was a bad loss for Mansa. Yeah, Suryavarman didn't lose much of anything. Mansa did. Lincoln lost more of his forces, which he couldn't really afford to lose. Where's Hannibal's stack? It looks like it's still over here. He has to put another one together. Suryavarman, okay, over here. Suleiman is trying to attack, but this is not going to work. Looks like he tried to attack here and it failed at Utica. I mean, it would be awesome for him if he took it because it's a holy city, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I just don't think Mansa can win this 1v1. I think he loses this. Pretty sure he loses this, and then that's it for him. It's just too many, I think there's just too many Khmer cities up here to hold out. The city he lost was the only Taoist city in his... does he have any more? Well, he probably was going to flip into his own religion anyway, because he's converted most of his cities by this point. And Augustus continues to just not do anything in this game. He's like, nope, I'm just going to continue to build fishing villages because I got Great Lighthouse. I'm going to build more fishing villages and raise this Barb city. Thoughts on Augustus conquering the tundra? I mean, I don't know. It's something. Bismarck is apparently not plotting war right now. It's like, oh yeah, Bismarck is in this game, isn't he? What is Augustus doing? He's exploring the Antarctic. That's what he's doing. Anyway, so Suleiman's attack has gone nowhere. Hannibal does not seem to quite have a stack. Lincoln has a little mini stack that's going to take some effort, but with catapults on the scene, this is beatable. Lincoln, fortunately for him, has metal in it, what's left of his little shattered empire over there. Anyway, we already have another attack that's coming in on Mansa's second city. I think this city falls and Mansa's doomed as soon as... If he loses this, he's doomed. There's no way he's coming back from this, but I don't think he can hold this. There's too many attackers over here. Bismarck also flipped into Islam as well. Interesting. I don't know if that's the smartest move for him or not. I think as soon as this falls, it's basically done for Mansa's part. Oh, catapults on the scene. Take down the defenses, I guess. There's one catapult there. And I guess it's quiet over here for the time being. I'm waiting to see if... Right, there's some horse archers running around in here. I'm waiting to see if Lincoln comes under attack again, but he hasn't. So this city has a decent number of units in it there. Unfortunately for Mansa, he doesn't have feudalism for longbows. Longbows would actually give this force pause. I don't think skirmishers are quite enough. Let's see what happens. Well, they got attacked. The city did not fall, took a lot of damage. I think the defenders got the worst of that trade, from what I can see. Still a bunch of spears alive for some reason. Also building a Taoist missionary now. I would think you'd want a better unit than that. Oof. Mansa was able to hold for another turn, but I mean, there's one sword with 1.5 HP left. And Surrey Varman just finished Hanging Gardens on top of that. Yeah, this is not going well for Matza. Looks like this is about it for him. He may even die before Lincoln in this game, which would have seemed ridiculous a little while ago. But Suleiman has really stalled out Hannibal by forcing him to fight all these horse archers. I'm just taking a look here to see. But yeah, Lincoln is. Yeah, this could be. Is this another game where the pregame favorite gets taken out as first to die? Oh, did Srivarman pause to heal his stack? Well, I guess that buys slightly more time, but it's still not going to be enough to change the situation here. A lot of great generals being born. Suleiman built another. Oh, that's Suleiman built the Temple of Solomon. Wait, what? Wait, why did he build the Jewish shrine? Did he already have the Islamic one? I guess he did. Yeah, he already had the Islamic shrine. That's why. Well, we said Manso had some danger in the sense that if Suryavarman came after him, he was potentially in trouble. Oh, here's the Hannibal stack over here. There's no, never mind, there are catapults. So he's trying to take Kirku on. We should continuing to keep the focus over here, though. All right, the Jene falls, and I really think that that seals the fate of Mansa. I don't think he can come back from this. I think Suryavarman's going to take all of his territory from this point and really be the runaway in this game. Oh, and he just built the mausoleum too. Jeez. Okay. So, Hannibal was able to take the city, but Suryavarman just seems like he's out of control at this point. I don't really see anyone stopping him from this point on. He can't get stuck in a two-front war at this point, at least not in the immediate future. The only thing that stops him now is a two-front war. But would Bismarck attacking him even do anything? I don't think so. Bismarck's not going to attack him. I can't see Augustus. All right, Augustus is still not plotting war. Kind of thought Augustus would be a little bit more dynamic than this, but I guess maybe he's like, I'm just going for that second place spot. I'm going to stay down here and stay out of trouble. Yeah, Surrey slamming down Mansa basically makes him unstoppable. It really does. I think I think this game could play out a bunch of different ways, but it's broken down in a way that's worked really well for Suryavarman. And look, he's led and scored the entire game. So it looks like that. I think that pretty much. I don't want to say it seals a first place, but I will say it's going to be really hard for anyone to stop him at this point. That more of the drama is probably going to be who comes in what other places. So, all right, well, there are elephants now on the scene for Hannibal. I'm kind of hoping that Hannibal is going to come down here and try to finish off Lincoln before before Mansa gets taken out. By the way, does he still have medals? Yeah, he still has medals for the time being, at least. Does he still have medals? Because if he loses that, I don't know why he's researching currency. He really should research feudalism. Suleiman researching feudalism is actually bad for Lincoln because once Ottoman cities are defended by longbows, that means that the Carthaginian units will be pulled down towards the American cities because they'll see that they have weaker defenses, and the AI does prioritize going for softer targets most of the time in its pathfinding. All right, this stack does not have catapults in it, so if it attacks this city, it's just going to die. Of course, there's a stack with catapults a turn behind. No, they did not wait for catapults, and they just died to a man. Okay, not the smartest decision. How's Suryavarman doing? Has he put together a new stack? Yes, he has. Focusing on Gal for his next target. That's a lot of units. That's a lot of units from Suryavarman. That's a lot of military power. Anyway, this is confusing because there's one Suryavarman unit on top. Gal is going to get attacked in a turn or two. Yeah, this stack has been... yeah, sometimes the AI just gets out into runaway status and there's nothing anyone can do. Kind of hitting that point with Suryavarman at this point. Here's the Khmer elephant, if you're curious. pretty much just an elephant, except there's a archer on the top instead of the default elephant driver on the normal elephant. This city is surprisingly still intact for one more turn, but there's a chariot and a skirmisher at 0.1 health. All right, Suleiman made peace with Hannibal. That means goodbye, Lincoln. That means goodbye to you, Lincoln. So Lincoln's still very much in the driver's seat on first to die, especially after that move. Why is there a March Spearman over here? Interesting. But yeah, Lincoln, that should be it for him. In the meantime, though, this is it for Gao. They can get a spear in there, but there's just too many units here. Just too many units to stop. Let's advance one more turn, and then we'll look at the graph. Oh, wait, there was another city? I didn't even see that there was another attack down here. Surrey Marmon adopts police state. Oh, my God. Okay. Well, Hannibal, if you want to get that first kill credit, you better get a move on, because Mansa's dying awfully fast here. Even as he builds the Colossus. Surrey Marmon's like, great, thanks, buddy. Thanks for the wonder. I'll take that. All right, so looks like this stack's actually not that big. Anyway, in terms of power, so Mansa's been falling pretty quickly. Suryavarman just has an awful lot of military strength, like an awful lot of military strength. By the way, Bismarck, while we have not been paying it, while we've been watching these wars, Bismarck has settled all the way down here. He's like cut off Suleiman with his settling, although apparently his score is terrible. Must have bad tech, I guess. Where is he on the tech tree, just out of curiosity? He has calendar, and that's it. Yeah, Suleiman is quite a bit more tech. Suleiman already has feudalism. All right, anyway. There's a little Lincoln stack that's moving out. Probably would have done better to hold that back on defense. All right, that looks more respectable. So is Suryavarman on the attack again? Not yet. He's still consolidating, so we'll keep the camera focus over here. Because Hannibal looks like he's moving in. Yeah. There's also this little force over here. I can't imagine this is going to do much against longbows and war elephants, but did divert some of the defenders out of Boston. Let's see if this goes for Chicago or Boston next. Could easily go for either one. Chicago, okay. There's enough catapults that the defenses will drop instantly. So Suryavarman still is waiting to consolidate and push forward again. He has an awful lot of units over here. Yeah, Chicago just lost all its defenses. Barbarian has been captured by the German and razed. Okay. These Barb cities have a difficult time growing to size too because there's so little food down there. Anyway, this stack that moved in just got slaughtered by Hannibal. So Chicago will fall this turn. And then down to just Boston left, which is defended by 3 archers and axe, 3 workers and a galley. But it'll take Hannibal a turn or two to get his stack back together again. So Suryavarman should be the next one who's on the march, as he is indeed. As he continues tearing apart Mansa. Give the barbs fishing so they can grow in the tundra. I mean, don't the barbs get techs automatically based on what the AI research is, right? Does that mean someone doesn't have fishing tech? It's fine. They're researching masonry for some reason. It's not a big deal. What is that Suleiman stack doing by Carthaginian America? Does he have a stack done? This stack is almost certainly going to kill the Barb City. That's what's going on here, most likely. Not guaranteed, but it's probably going to hit the Barb City. The AI, when it's at peace, will target Barb Cities. Anyway, Mansa did get feudalism, but he didn't get it in time. Like that longbow went ahead and killed something. Yeah, definitely targeting the Barb City. He's going to get there and raise it slightly before it can grow to size 2. So, Yep, Mansa's pretty dead at this point, but it does look like he will outlive Lincoln, so Lincoln at least takes first to die, which is what a lot of people had. Suleiman got the statue of Zeus. Interesting. All right, we're down to last city here for Lincoln. Just lost 20% of its defense. Yeah, this city is very doomed. These barb cities are getting torn apart by the AI. Poor barbarians. Anyway. So Suleiman was able to slow Hannibal's conquest, but not stop it in this game. There's all the defenses. So what actually gets defensive bonuses here? 3 archers, then the catapults don't. The galleys and workers are obviously helpless. There's actually a huge stacking coming another 1 turn away, but I think it'll just fall this turn. I don't think it's even going to wait. Yeah. Lincoln is first to die in this game. We'll get the screenshot. All right, I'll take credit for those points. Now I've got to root for Augustus Caesar to finish second in this game, which I think is decent odds to happen, because I think Suryavarman and Hannibal are likely to clash in this game. Anyway, enough about that. So Lincoln is first to die. Let's go ahead and get that in. So that is one of the more likely outcomes in this game. Let's put that on our spreadsheet here. All right, first of all, put it in the brackets. So Lincoln, first to die. So eliminated. It is turn 136. Lincoln. Hold on. I'm trying to put this at the bottom of the screen. All right, so here we go. Lincoln, game 2, turn 136. I think I actually have to put this the opposite order. Yeah, 136. Okay, so the kill credit goes to Hannibal. All right, let's look at the contest, or game 2. So first eliminated Lincoln. That was very popular. It was about half the entries had it. So we had 280 entries, and this one was 810. So 162 people had that out of like 280. So that was well over 50%. So that's going to be a big scorer, Lincoln being first eliminated. We should see a much better scoring game today. And in fantasy terms, the 2 points for Lincoln being first. Oh, wow. Slashin is just making fools of everybody in the picking contest so far this year. So Lincoln's out, but another 2 points for that, and 1 point for Hannibal for the kill. Oh, my God. A double score. Double score for Slashin there. 3 points. Hannibal Slashin looking pretty good here in the fantasy contest so far. All right. All right, we're back here. Yeah, good job Slashin. Wow. All right. It's still early in the fantasy contest, but this is Slashin starting to build up a pretty big lead with his cleanup of a bunch of leaders that people weren't expecting. All right. So next up, we got elephants, you guys. We have elephants on the march. So Mansa is not long for this world. We'll do another assessment of the game once Mansa is out of the picture. But Suryavarman seems to be pretty out of control right now. And Mansa is not having a good time here. Anyway, so Hannibal will take this time to consolidate. Hannibal being a financial leader with this much land is pretty impressive. I mean, he's on how many cities? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cities, not bad. Might be able to plant another few in the tundra. Unfortunately for him, Suryavarman has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's about to be at, I think, 17 or 18. And he's already out in front in the overall competition. Plus, he's going to capture all of Mansa's juicy stuff. So, and he has a lot of wonders. Like, a lot of wonders is also a problem. The wonders have a lot of power in them. Like, let's look at the wonders, right? Chichen Itza, Colossus, which is going to be his, Mausoleum, Hanging Gardens. He's got the Buddhist Shrine, Temple of Artemis, Pyramids, Great Wall, Stonehenge. It's a lot of wonders. I think Hannibal has 12. It's right around that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 11 or 12. But he is up against someone who's has financial trait, which is pretty nice. Definitely helps. The Vile Khmer. Oh, Maybe, hey, Augustus, I need you to stick around for second place. Maybe don't go picking a fight with the Khmer. I realize you're like religious buddies with Hannibal, but let's not go crazy here, buddy, okay? Anyway, all right, he is not plotting war, even though it might look like he is. How about Silly Man? Nope. Hannibal? Not yet. And then Bismarck's the only other one. Nope. Everybody seems content to sit back and just let Mansa get run over here. By the way, somehow this city has not gotten attacked. I don't think that makes a lot of sense, but for some reason that hasn't been attacked yet. Okay. Guess they're going to go out to the capital first and then come back. Yeah, this is look at all this Christian. Oh man, and Suryavarman just popped a mausoleum enhanced golden age too. Oh boy. Well, the rest of the field has to hope that maybe he wastes that on units he doesn't need. He had sent a lot of units in there, but it looks like they mostly won their fights. For some reason, he attacked without knocking out the defenses first. I don't know why he did. Maybe he didn't have any catapults in that initial stack. Boy, there's a lot of units here. Like, a lot of units. Just built another... Oh, no, that was Suleiman, not... Oh, I'm going to get these two confused now. Suleiman and Suryavarman. I've been able to keep them apart reasonably well throughout the course of this game, but that could be confusing. Anyway, so I guess he paused, did the responsible thing to stop it and bombard down the defenses rather than continuing to attack into very heavy cultural defenses at Timbuktu. So yeah, still this city standing up here with like no defense. There's a longbow and a swordsman and an Islamic missionary. But eventually Timbuktu was going to fall. As I said, as soon as Kumbi Salah and Dejene fell, that was basically it. Wait, Hinduism? How did he? How did Hinduism get founded? What did Mansa just finish? Did he get the philosophy? Oh, he popped the philosophy religion. Oh my god. This means that Suryavarman is going to have a ton of holy cities, right? Let's go to the religious screen first. So he naturally has... So Christianity he just captured. He's got the Christian holy city. Islam, he does not... Wow, Islam's really well spread in this game. But he's going to have Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, which is his natural religion, and I guess that's it. But he has 3 holy cities already, which is still a lot. I know we were discussing that number of holy cities is one of the big factors in whether an AI goes for cultural victory or not. So that might tip him in that direction. He also has creative trait, which is one of the things that tips them in that direction as well. So I wonder if he picks up another holy city, if he ends up with like 5 holy cities, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up pushing for... Yeah, Mansa must have bulbed it with a great scientist, I think. Converts to Islam. Anyway, this city's going to fall any second now. Got attacked by like random wandering horse archers. Bunch of missionaries in there. He was researching it? Oh, okay. And guilds is finishing. Obviously unlocks knights, but also good for the grocers too. Very useful tech. All right, we're just waiting for the armies to march their way over here. We'll do an overview in a couple turns once. We'll want to wait until Mansa's gone. Look at these border shapes, by the way. The German Empire all the way down here. Rome, which apparently wants to just control the Antarctic. All these great lighthouse cities, though, right? Great lighthouse. Anyway. Now the knights are riding in. Taking him a long time to finish this last city. All right. Now, surely. There we go. It's like, surely now All right, his golden age finally came to a close. All right, so Matza's eliminated on turn 153 in this game. Disappointing all of us who had Matza to win this one. All right, prediction result is die but not first to die, indeed. All right, let's get it in the spreadsheet. So Matza will not be repeating as champion in Season 7. Not going back to the playoffs in this one. Scored 0 fantasy points as well, so that's pretty disappointing. All right, Mansa. So Mansa's out on turn 153. Let's do this. Musa. Game 2. What is it, 153? Hold on. 153. And then we give a kill credit over to Surya Varman. Kill credit to Surya Varman. And that doesn't go into the scoring for game 2, but for fantasy purposes, so we just give a point to Surya Varman for Henrik, and we knock one of Jamie's big picks out with 0 points, which is a real gut punch to have Mansa score 0 points. Just didn't happen for him today, unfortunately, but it happens sometimes. I'll be interested to see what the alternate histories were. I still think Mansa has good odds to win on this map, like non-trivial, but I could be wrong. It could turn out that he's actually a terrible pick for all we know. But Surya Varman definitely played the better game in this one. And the diplomacy broke somewhat in his favor as well. Have never felt more awake. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we've got now. So we want to do our overview. So Surya Varman is now enormous. He captured all of Mansa's territory. A solo kill has snowballed him very far ahead. I don't think it's impossible for him to lose, but I do think it's an uphill battle. People are going to have to 2v1 or 3v1 him if they're going to beat him. He is in a religion that no one else is practicing, which does introduce some danger for him. That said, he is in a very strong position right now. All right, GMP actually not leading in GMP, which is a surprise. Production, now that he's out of his golden age, it's not quite as lopsided, but he's definitely in the lead. Food, it's a pretty clear Surya Varman 1, Hannibal 2, and then I guess Augustus 3. Power, it's kind of the same thing. It's pretty clear 1, 2, 3, right? And then the Bismarck, Silly Man are trailing. Oh, apparently there was a culture bomb dropped by the Silly Man somewhere. Where did he do that? In Samsun, was in this city here. Okay. I guess he got a few more tiles to work there. In terms of research, just to check real quickly. So Surya Varman 250, Augustus Caesar 170. Although Augustus is running a little bit of extra gold at the moment. Bismarck 106. Hannibal 276. Okay. So Hannibal seems like a credible rival. Suleiman's research has been pretty good throughout this game, too. Better than I thought. He's been researching reasonably well. Now, here's the other big thing. Diplomatic situation. All right, so Surya Varman does not like Augustus. Ooh, guess the peace weight plus religion talking there. And they do border one another now, so that's not great for Augustus long term. Not great that Surya Varman seems to be targeting him. And he is indeed the worst enemy. They're both each other's worst enemies. They just do not like each other at all. Bismarck is relatively happy with everybody in the field right now, though he doesn't love Surya Varman or Hannibal. Hannibal hates Suleiman because he declared war on him. Suleiman is actually pleased with Hannibal, hilariously. But that is not returned. That favor is not returned between the two of them. Yeah, if you want Surya Varman to lose, your best hope is that Surya Varman attacks Augustus, and then I was going to say Hannibal plows into the other side. But before that, we actually have an even faster war. If Hannibal can eat Suleiman, he might be strong enough to challenge Surya Varman. That's another possibility as well, if he just wins that 1v1. And that makes him strong enough to challenge. So that's a possibility. How are these two in terms of power rating, just in terms of curiosity? Pretty lopsided in favor of Hannibal. He's definitely the stronger of the two. Also, just a lot bigger, right, in terms of cities. So Suleiman has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 production queues. Hannibal has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he has almost double the number of cities. And just having that many extra production queues really does make a big difference. Now, does Suleiman have allies who would come to his defense? Like, would Bismarck come help him out? Cautious, maybe. Hard to say. I don't think Augustus Caesar would. In terms of units they can build, that's the other thing. Hannibal, I think, is getting relatively close to Renaissance units. Okay, he doesn't have guilds yet. He has all the medieval units except knights. How about Suleiman? Okay, so they have exactly equal units in terms of military tech. So that whenever two sides have exactly even units, it tends not to be easy to attack. The difference being that one side being twice the size of the other is more of an issue. Well, apparently a Suleiman stack up there got shredded. Unless they moved... Oh, never mind. They moved back into Adern. That's what happened. That is a pretty good size stack there. That is 50 units from Hannibal. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's a lot of units. I mean, if Suleiman just sits in this city and this stack of 53 now attacks, he's just going to kill everything in there once the defenses are down. How many catapults? 6 catapults, 3 trebuchets. Those defenses will go down fast. Suleiman is a statue of Zeus, but where does he have it? This is a shrine city and a Shweta Playa in it. Statue of Zeus is in the capital. Okay, Great Library is in there, and Statue of Zeus. I mean, this stack is only 1 tile away from Istanbul if it takes Edirne. Jeez. Oh my god, that lost 50% cultural. It went from 10% or 60 to 10 in 1 turn. That is a big stack. Is Hannibal just going to run over Suleiman here and then like rise to be the clear challenger? Could be interesting. This is a large battle, I think. Yep. All right. That was a slaughter. Oh, well, Suryavarman not wasting time. Well, this is probably not good for Augustus because this war needed to happen later if you wanted Suryavarman to lose. Also, any of us who have the second place Augustus, not great. Not great. I don't think this is what Augustus is looking for here. Because Augustus is here on the power graphs and Suryavarman is here. Suryavarman has no chill, indeed. He's just going for it at this point. And he has knights, and Augustus does not have knights. So Suryavarman's like, hey, you thought that stack over there was good? Take a look at what I've got here. Got 60 units in this stack. I'm late to the party. What happened to Mansa? Suryavarman ran him over. It wasn't pretty. Oh boy. Well, the strongest in the game are getting stronger right now. That seems to be what's happening right now. Is the leaders in the game are getting stronger. Yeah, this stack is just healing up right now. We'll go back and watch that after it has a chance to heal. Over here, though, man, this is a monster stack. Antium is not prepared to defend against this. Not prepared at all. 2 buff guys in the gym powerlifting together. Meanwhile, Bismarck exists. I feel like Augustus was pretty much the same thing, though. All right. Remember how it was like, geez, that city went from 60% defenses to 10%? Well, Antium went from 40% to 0 in 1 turn. Bismarck just raised another bar. Bismarck's like, I'm just going to raise barbarian cities in the tundra. That's all I care about. I was hoping Augustus could stay out of sight, but apparently the peace weight differential and him having Hannibal's religion was just too much. Because, yeah, he's going to get absolutely slapped too. I don't see much chance for Augustus to finish second at this point. Really looking like it's just Suryavarman and Hannibal, the 2 of them. All right, instead of going for the capital, oh, now we flipped into Islam. Well, that's not going to help him either. Hannibal has apparently decided to go after this city instead for some reason. He has a couple trebuchets. He actually has more trebuchets trailing, so able to take that. I guess the question is Bismarck going to join one of these wars? He doesn't like Surrey of Armin that much. Doesn't like Hannibal that much either. He's probably next on the chopping block after these guys. He is not plotting war. He's like, nope, I'm going to continue raising barb cities. I shall continue to lurk in the Antarctic and raise barbarian cities. And that is what I shall do. All right, anyway, so as before, Surrey of Armin will need a turn or two to get his stack back together, so we'll watch what's going on over here. Can probably just flip back and forth between the two of them. Oh man, he took down those defenses way faster than I thought. I mean, remember, Suleiman only had 6 cities to start. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, he had 7 cities, that's right. He can't exactly afford to lose cities very quickly. Doesn't really have enough to spare that he can do that. All right, meanwhile, the Doom stack is on the move again. 46 units this time. But Samson should fall this turn. He'll then be pressured by Khmer culture. It's really setting up for just a big showdown between Surrey of Armin and Hannibal. Really is. Again, Hannibal's best hope is that he conquers Suleiman quickly, and then while Surrey of Armin still has his armies down here, he comes plowing in on the other side. But I still don't even know if that would be enough to allow him to win the game. Surrey of Armin is just so strong right now. But yeah, it looks like it's, wow, a stack of 26 and a stack of 46 next to each other. That is a lot of units. Awful lot of units. And they seem to be going towards Rome instead of doing the more logical thing and capturing Ravenna first. But I guess Rome's the more important city. Yeah, Augustus is like, man, I was just chilling in this game. Does appear that Augustus has gotten to engineering tech at least. Does Suleiman have engineering for castles? Out of curiosity, because that slows down. He does have engineering. Okay. Apparently, he didn't build them in every. All right, he does have them here. Really does slow down the offenses when they have to get through the castles. So interesting path of conquest from Hannibal. So he was right here. He could have just walked next to Istanbul. Instead, he went here, and now he's going over to here. So he's like going in a circle and then coming down. I guess he'll go for Istanbul. You would think he would prioritize Statue of Zeus, but I guess the Warwickness isn't. It's actually already pretty bad. What wonders does Suleiman have? The big one he has is Statue of Zeus. That's a really key one. He has great library too, which is pretty nice. And then he has a very powerful shrine city down here. 31 cities have Islam. It's the world's most spread religion, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Islam is by far the best spread, although Buddhism and Taoism aren't that far behind. So there's some juicy prizes in Ottoman territory. Also, Rome just went down like it wasn't even there. Man. These two are just tearing their way through this game right now. They're kind of out of control. All right, so Bursa's under siege on this side, losing, what, 20% of its defenses per turn? About 20% per turn. There's also a separate little knight stack that's just raiding this city. Oh, this city's only defended by horse archers and catapults. That actually is not enough to hold against these knights, because none of them get defensive bonuses. This city might just flat out fall to the knights that are running around, because Hannibal does move first. Yeah, this city's just going to die to these. This city was just not defended properly. Anyway, we need to check in over here. All right, over here, these units are going after this. Did the defenses get dropped? I think Ravenna falls this turn too. If not, one more turn at the very least. Yeah, so that goes down. And then over here, Diyarbakir. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Diyarbakir also falls. And then Bursa's down to just 8% defenses, so that's going to fall too. I don't know why these chariots and catapults are... There's a chariot guarding a catapult and a trebuchet over here. I don't know what's going on with that. And then a religion founded in Ankara. Wait, Suleiman founded... Okay, he discovered liberalism and then used it to take divine right for the final religion. What a bizarre thing to do. Is Surrey of Armin building Sistine? Let's see if he's building... So he's building Sankora and Angkor Wat. He's building a lot of stuff. He does not build Sistine yet. No one's built Sistine. Yeah, Sistine does not appear to be under production. Look at all these knights being built. Knight, war elephant. Pretty good unit to just build. So then this stack is moving up forward. This is like the smaller stack, but it still has 26 units in it. But we should see this city fall. So like this map is rapidly being taken over by 2 AIs. Like very quickly consolidating down to just 2 opponents. And then there's Bismarck, who is still in this game. Um, so only 3 cities left for Suleiman. And again, Ankara and Istanbul are the big prizes. Wonders in this one, the shrine, the Islamic shrine in this one. All right, meanwhile, back over here. I mean, at least it's not boring, right? We've got a lot to watch here. So Suleiman pausing slightly to bombard defenses over here. Bismarck is now on the Sistine Chapel. Okay, I see that. I don't suppose he's plotting war. No. We're afraid of their military might. That's at the point where they won't declare war. Yeah. When they say we're afraid of their military might, they will not declare war under any circumstances because the power discrepancy is too big. Like, look at this. That is a large discrepancy in power. Like, it feels like Hannibal is strong, but I mean, oof. I don't know, man. I don't know. Surya Raman just got music? Okay. It's like, I feel like Hannibal's strong, but I just, like, there's an awful lot of blue on that mini map. And he's only gaining as he goes after Augustus. Whew. Well, it hasn't been a boring game, that's for sure. Didn't quite play out the way I was expecting it would. Aggressive AI means that they don't pay as much attention to the power discrepancy, but there is a point at which it just gets too big. Even with aggressive AI, they won't declare war. They're just like, this is suicide. We won't attack at some point. We're going to get an early domination. I mean, I would say that that's very possible at this point, an early domination victory. At least I have a relatively early victory date of turn 300, which is on the early side. And it looks like our war count's going to be pretty low in this game, too. We're only on 6 right now. Doesn't look like we're going to get too much higher than that. Yeah, Augustus is not lasting very long. He still has a lot of cities in the tundra, but he's pretty much done at this point. His core has already been captured, most of it. Neapolis is like the only core city left. All right. Cutting over here to this side. Wait, are there actually... There's no siege units in this stack, so this might just attack immediately. I'm not sure how well that would... Actually, most of the units here don't get defensive bonuses. It's a lot of war elephants, horse archers, and catapults. So this stack might be able to just attack and take Istanbul. If it doesn't wait for siege to come up. Yeah, it just attacked and killed almost everything. There's a horse archer, 2 catapults, and a mace in there. So this should just hit the next turn and capture it. Wow. Moving fast. I was like, wait, there's no siege units in that stack. He's just going to attack instantly. Yep. Great Library, Oracle, Statue of Zeus. That's a big victory to take the Statue of Zeus. Suleiman adopts pacifism. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing left for Suleiman at this point. He's just finished. All right, wait, what? Why is the stack moving here? Oh, I guess it's going to try to move through Bismarck's land. I guess it's slightly faster to do that. I'm not sure what Surya Varman's doing with this stack. He's trying to figure it out. All right, so both AI leaders are... All right, oh, Surya Varman did finish Sistine Chapel. Interesting. That could be key. So he was the one who... Maybe he got it with a great engineer, or maybe he was just researching it. Boy, he has a lot of production here. Well, if he wants to go for culture, I mean, he might be able to get that. People are curious about where these guys are. Surya Varman and Augustus have really been researching the same stuff. They're both... So Surya Varman's on military tradition right now. He doesn't have gunpowder, so that doesn't upgrade his knights. And Hannibal does have gunpowder, is going for a corporation, which is interesting. The extra trade routes. Not the worst decision. So they both have... So they're both still basically on medieval units. Neither one has punched through to get to, like, Renaissance or early modern units yet. Surya Varman can probably win however he wants. Hannibal is pretty strong. I do think Surya Varman would win in a straight-up fight, though, because there's just so much more territory. But yeah, Surya Varman probably can win however he wants. in this game? Probably. I mean, if he gets Augustus, look at this stack is 75 units in it. Look at Hannibal using the last turn of his Golden Age to swap civics. He's at 31% land area, so he's about halfway to what he needs for domination. He needs to finish off Augustus, and then he probably could get domination from taking over Hannibal's lands. Probably. I think he'd have enough if he did that. Look at Bismarck is like, yep, I am in this game. Yep. Oh, he's actually plotting war on someone. Who is he plotting with? That feels like a very bad idea, buddy. I mean, it's one of the big two, right? I guess he can plot when he's pleased, so maybe he's going after Suleiman. I mean, I don't think this is going to go well if he goes after either of the other two. Dogpaw Suleiman, maybe. So yeah, we've got big stacks closing in on Neapolis and closing in on Ankara. Does this stack have siege? It just has 2 trebuchets. Probably bad that there's trebuchets in this stack because that means they're gonna stop the bombard forever. Probably. Only 10% taken out. Whereas this stack has 6 trebuchets. Yes, this will be much faster to take this out. This city should be probably another turn. Okay. Just got another shrine. They built the shrine for Mansa's religion. Will Suryavarman try to throw this game away with by going for culture and then letting himself get out-teched? Probably not. All right, Neapolis has lost all its defenses. This city still has 70%. Needs to get more siege units in this stack. There are actually like no more siege units here. So that's going to take a while for that city's defenses to go out. Whereas Neapolis is dead this turn. That was the last core city of Augustus. All of his other cities are just pretty much fishing villages. I guess Arretium and Arpinium are slightly better cities, but... Alright, another Golden Age. Oh, he built Taj. That's why he got the Golden Age, yeah. And he has the Mausoleum, so he gets the extra Golden Age duration. Alright, will Bismarck try to jump in here and vulture a city from one of these two? Or is Bismarck dumb enough to try to like attack Suryavarman? Oh no, wait. He said he wouldn't. He said he wouldn't declare war because, right? He said he wouldn't declare war because we're afraid of their military might. Oh no, I don't know. We'll figure it out soon enough, I suppose. Ankara is down to just 30%, so this won't last too much longer over here. Bismarck declares on Surrey and snipes, or you mean Suleiman and snipes the kill. I mean, I suppose that could happen. Down to just 24% there. Arpinium looks like it's going to get taken out on this turn. Just really, just kind of plowing through the entire field, Suryavarman, in an unstoppable ball. He's been ahead the entire game. Got out to a great start with all those wonders. Probably plotting against one of the other two. I don't think it would go much better if he was against Hannibal, though. Like, Hannibal has cuirassiers now, and he's about to unlock rifles in the near future. Looks like he's going to unlock grenadiers first. All right. So down to just one city remaining. That shrine is going to be a very nice pickup. I actually think in terms of economy, so like Suryavarman 800 beakers, Hannibal 900, like in terms of economy, I think they're pretty comparable. The problem is in terms of production, they are not comparable. And I think it's inevitable they're going to fight at some point, which I do not expect to go well for Hannibal. All right. Oh, wait, there's an axe defend. What happened here to have an axe defending this city? Something ain't right there. I was like, wait, what? Why is there an axe defending? It actually won. It won its battle. Holy cow. It actually won its battle, and now there's a great general standing around. Versailles and the Spiral Minaret. Okay. He probably built an awful lot of his religious buildings, too. All those wonders are also really impressive. Anyway, Hannibal military science, so he's going to have grenadiers. I still want to know what's going on with this axe over here. Oh my goodness. Why is there a great general running around? All right. And then the knights were like, no. No more axes for you. That's what you get. That wasn't even the main stack again. The main stack's 101 units over here. Oh my god. As I said, that wasn't even, it's like, this isn't even my final form. All right, this is a smaller stack of only 17 units here. But it is closing in on the final city, so we want to keep an eye on Suleiman, who is apparently still ahead of Augustus Caesar in score, comparable in score, even though he has so little left. All right, let's see. This should get captured. And then, is this going to get attacked? No. Bombarding the defenses first. It'll also be big to get out from some of the war weariness. Look at that war. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, nice empire for Augustus. It's just better empire for Syria Varman. Better empire, and building an endless number of knights, apparently. So there's only 3 Roman cities left here. Yeah, it's only cuirassiers because Hannibal doesn't have rifling yet, although he's researching printing press, so he might be heading there. He does appear to be heading there. Yep, he's going rifling. And Suryavarman is going military science, which was already picked up by. So Hannibal is very slightly ahead in tech. They both wanted the military science for grenadiers, apparently. So the small fry of the game have been getting wiped out again and again. We've seen a lot of consolidation into bigger empires. All right, this has got to be the last turn, right? Got to be against this stack that now has 30-something units in it. Or we get one more turn? I think this is it, though. Come on, game. It's taking a long time. Oh, did Bismarck just declare war? Did Bismarck do something very foolish? I was wondering if that's why it took longer. Nope, maybe not. I was wondering, I was like, did Bismarck just declare war on someone? Is he still plotting war? He has apparently backed off from his plotting war, perhaps wisely. All right, Ottomans destroyed. All right, and then there were 3 or 4, but about to be 3. Let's write this in. There's been a lot of consolidation in this game. All right, so Suleiman perishes next. Where's Suleiman? Here we go. Cancel. All right, Suleiman. Okay, Suleiman. Game 2, turn. What turn is this? 197. All right, Hannibal gets another kill. Looks like it's going to be a good season for Hannibal. At the very least, he's going to get 2 kills and probably a top 2 finish. All right, and then this doesn't affect the contest for today, but it does affect fantasy, so we get another point for Hannibal. Where's another? Wow, slashing. Slow down here, buddy. But no points for Bismarck. Or no, wait, not Bismarck. This is Suleiman. Where's Suleiman? Oh, poor Amika didn't get any points from the Suleiman bid. I think he'll actually have good results in some of the alternate histories, but not in this one, unfortunately. Man, this has been a really one-sided beatdown in the picking contest so far, or the fantasy contest. Geez, okay, slashing, save some for everybody else. I mean, it's still early, but that's a lot of points to have. Turn off the camera when you're in Excel. It just happened to be that. Where I was working was blocked that time. All right. Oh, you think Bismarck did declare, but they got wiped out? Let's see. Was it in the log? We would have seen it if it was in the log. Because Bismarck plays before Hannibal, so we would have seen it. No, he didn't declare war. We would have seen it in the log if he had, because he plays before Hannibal, so he did not declare war. Okay. Alrighty. True. If Suryavarman wins, Henrik will get quite a few points. He's about to get a point, another kill point here on Augustus. So that would be another 6 points potentially if he wins. So yeah, that's an awful lot. All right. So Suryavarman's out of a golden age. let's advance to turn 200 and look at all their numbers. So there goes another city, and Augustus is down to just the last two. So Hannibal is going to get rifling here, and presumably he's going to upgrade his units. Actually, we should probably wait until Augustus is eliminated before we do too much of a game stake, because that's only going to be another turn or two. I mean, the Khmer are a threat to us all, but we're happy to just stay here on our little island and stay out of this. The Khmer are a threat to us all. You're not wrong there. They're a threat to everybody because they are freaking powerful. Suryavarman's really out of control in this game. All right. I'm just curious if Hannibal is now plotting war against. No, he's not at the moment. Let's look at the diplomacy just for a second. We'll look at all the other stats in a minute. All right, he does not like Bismarck. Really does not like Bismarck. So it looks like we might have further consolidation in the game going forward. Doesn't much care for Suryavarman either. Suryavarman is cautious. Apparently they both hate Bismarck. I'm not feeling great about Bismarck's status long term in this game, considering that Suryavarman hates Bismarck and Hannibal hates Bismarck. Suryavarman literally has as much population as everyone else. He's at 50% of world pop. Hannibal, so just so you see how they stack up, Hannibal's at about a third of world pop, and Suryavarman's at about half, 39% compared to 28%. But again, going to be more territory for Khmer once these cities come out of resistance. Okay. All right, so the Observer Civ discovers bronze working, which always happens on turn 201. Oh, I guess it's turn 202. I thought it was turn 201. The Observer Civ discovers bronze working. Maybe I was one turn off. I don't think Bismarck is going to outlive everyone else.
It is entirely seemly.
He has one shot, and that is for Hannibal to fight Suryavarman and Hannibal to lose, and then he backdoors into second. But considering how much everybody hates him, and like, look, Ankara is revolting because it's completely surrounded by German culture. I would expect that Hannibal probably goes after Bismarck next. Bismarck is just getting gunpowder, whereas Hannibal has rifles, calves, grenadiers. If he sent them into Germany right now, it would be an absolute slaughter, but we'll see if he actually does that or not. I mean, Bismarck really does not deserve a top two, but there is a window where he could get it if Hannibal gets knocked down, if Suryavarman knocks down Hannibal into or like comes close to eliminating him. That's his route into the top two. A top two he does not. Oh, wait. Suryavarman doesn't have open borders with Bismarck. He can't get to the last. He can't get to the last city. Oh no, he doesn't have open borders. He can't reach this city. It's completely blocked. Look, the German culture completely blocks it. He can't get to the last city. Augustus saved by the snow. He can't get to the city. Now the other problem is Suryavarman will not declare another war as long as he's in a war already. So he might just end up stuck here for the time being. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. He's stuck. He can't get to the last city. The miracle of German culture. Well, as I said, I don't think Bismarck lasts long term in this game, but yeah, Augustus is going to survive for the time being. This does mean Suryavarman probably can't win an early domination victory, though. Not unless Hannibal decides to attack him. That could happen. Hannibal could decide to attack him. Hannibal probably plots against someone in the near future, although he's not plotting at the moment. Interesting. Huh. I mean, the Circe stack... Oh, wait, you're right. The stack in Circe might just be able to kill him. That's true. Yeah, this stack might just be able to kill... If this moves out, it might just be able to... Well, of course, will he do that? I don't know. For some reason, Hannibal wanted universal suffrage. Free speech. Interesting. Oh, he did a huge swap. Emancipation, free speech. Interesting. Well, he went for religion as well as free speech. So how does that shake up his diplomatic situation? He's now actually up to pleased with Suryavarman. And Suryavarman is up to pleased with him. So do they both declare war at pleased? Does anyone know? Do they both declare war at pleased? Yeah, -1 pleased. He can't declare. Okay, so he can't declare. So who declares war at pleased? Hannibal does not. Suryavarman does. Thanks, chat. Okay, so he actually cannot plot with Suryavarman now. This is interesting. Very interesting. Because he actually is researching a little bit faster, I think. Okay, Suryavarman is running gold on the slider, so that's not an accurate count. But oh, and Hannibal's okay. What a great turn to look at the finances. Suryavarman's is upgrading units, and Hannibal's in anarchy. What a great turn to look at their relative research rates. But yeah, that's interesting. He can't declare war now because of pleased, and he doesn't declare war at pleased. So there's only one outlet for Hannibal to go after. I mean, he could go after Augustus, I suppose, but yeah, I think Bismarck's days are. This is not a good situation for Bismarck. They're both on scientific method. Hannibal actually ate a two-turn anarchy there. Ugly. For whatever reason, he's not moving out this stack that's in Circe either. Early biology tech from Sir Varman. That's interesting. Wait, Hannibal, was he's still upgrading? Yeah, he's 100% on the slider. He's upgrading. He is also building a lot of buildings. He's not really on units at the moment. Well, what is this? Look at this little filler city tossed in here. Pre-Rupp. Okay. Well, we'll just keep an eye on Hannibal and see if he starts plotting war. And he is. Well, that didn't take long. Hey, Bismarck, are you close to getting rifles? You better hope you are, because otherwise it's going to be real ugly. All right, he is researching rifles. That's good news for him. So he'll presumably be able to deploy rifles. But, yeah. And if these cities can get conquered, then that opens up a path for Suryavarman to hit Augustus's last city. Because apparently this stack in here is not going to move out. Apparently, it just has decided to sit there. Get ready for Hammurabi Hannibal confusion. Yeah, as far as their tech rate, we can get a better sense now. Okay. So still upgrading units, but 670 is Hannibal still. Hannibal is also upgrading. We can't really tell because they're both upgrading units right now. They have these humongous militaries, and they're upgrading all their units to rifles and calves. They upgrading like all those axes and pikes into modern units. So we can't really get a good sense for their research rates just yet. Anyway, we'll know when Hannibal declares war because you'll see orange units like racing across the border. Bismarck Golden Age is well timed though if that gets into riflings. Of course, just because you hit rifling doesn't magically mean every city now has rifles. They still have to build them or upgrade them to get there. So it would be better for Hannibal to go sooner rather than later if he's going to declare war. But we'll see. Hannibal going for communism. Interesting. So still no action right now. Still no way to get. Still no way to reach this city. Sadly, the most likely place where an attack occurs is probably over here at Bremen. Would probably be the most likely place for Carthage to go across the border, but hard to say. AI targeting is a little wonky sometimes, as we know. Yeah, Biz just declared a golden age. Just saw that. Looks like that might be enough to get him to rifling, which he desperately needs. So yeah, we can just advance the turns right now. Hannibal astronomy, that's good for research. Well, Bismarck used his golden age to swap swap civics, which is smart. Does look like he's going to make it to rifling, or at least have rifling immediately after this conflict starts. Oh, Silverman didn't have rifling yet. I thought he did. He's still on replaceable parts. Okay. If you're curious about everybody's relative power, though, it's pretty one-sided as far as these guys go. Pretty one-sided. But yeah, Suryavarman is just stuck he's still stuck building endless units because he's at war and he can't get to this last city. Really frustrating for him. But as I said, I think Hannibal was going to declare war on Bismarck and open up a path for him to get there. I think so anyway. I think it would be. I mean, the only other alternative is Hannibal declares war on Biz, and that would, or on Suryavarman, and that would appear to just be suicide. Still, we've seen it happen before from the AI, throwing away an easy top 2 finish. All right, well, Bismarck went through his entire golden age there without a war declaration coming, so he will have time to get his rifles out now. That's assuming Hannibal's still plotting war. Is he? Says he is. Well, we might as well just keep next turning for the moment until something happens. Kind of in a stalemate at the moment without much taking place as the AI's just research. Uh, can we get a better sense of beaker rate? Okay. So Suryavarman's 800 beakers per turn, and Hannibal's at 1200. So Hannibal's definitely researching faster, and that's with a huge amount. He's still running heavy amounts of gold on the slider, so he's still upgrading units pretty aggressively here. So Hannibal's research is quite a bit better, but his military is quite a bit weaker. Suryavarman is not on assembly line. Oh, well, there it is. It was a little later than we thought, but there it is. Here comes the units over the border. All right, let's upgrade or update the war declaration counter up to 7. Going to be a very low number of wars. At most, I think we don't. I can't see us getting much past like 7 or 8 this game. Yeah, he's had rifling a lot longer. It's true. So like you see a lot of things like this. Look at this city: 1 rifle and then 2 longbows and a pike underneath it because there just hasn't been time to upgrade them. And like this city's all cuirassiers longbows, so like there hasn't been time to upgrade these to calves. Doesn't appear to be one. Yeah, we should refresh the map. There doesn't appear to be one big stack for Hannibal. He's got a number of them. So how many cities does Biz have, just out of curiosity? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 cities? They're all on research right now. 11, I guess I missed Dusseldorf down there. Way down there in the tundra. Hannibal has like double that. So. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this latest war because, again, Surrey Farming can't reach this final Augustus city. Yeah, the wars in this game have been very efficient. There haven't been. Oh wow, Bremen just got run over by a billion cav. The wars have not been ones that just go nowhere, which is what happened in last week's game. We had a lot of that. All right, Stuttgart, 21. Oh, there's 1 trebuchet in this stack. That's unfortunate. It's a shame there's 1 trebuchet. Otherwise, the grenadiers would have just run over this spot. But now they'll stop to bombard the borders. Stack composition, always a little bit random. Does Hannibal have steel? I can't remember if he has that or not. Let's just look at the tech trees real quick. All right, so Suryavarman has pretty much all the Renaissance era techs, although he's still missing rifling for whatever reason. He's going for railroad at the moment, which is kind of interesting. Also picked up a very early biology. By way of contrast, Hannibal is going for steel. Okay, he's steam power, steel, railroad. Does have rifling. Has communism, but not biology down there. Also has democracy. And then Bismarck is quite a ways behind. He does have rifling tech, but he's going for military science. He's not likely to get anything beyond this generation of military tech for a long while, whereas Hannibal's not that far off assembly line. Like once he gets railroad, he'll it's either combustion or assembly line next after that. So he's getting close to another generation of military tech. So it's not likely to go well for Bismarck in the long run because he's going to get out-teched. Even though he has comparable units now, he's likely to get out-teched. I also should check to see if Hannibal's building Wow, okay, somebody's attacking this city. There's almost nothing left now. There's some crippled rifles, and that's about it. Some of these units were attacking. I guess some of them didn't stop. By the way, that's the 3rd golden age for Suryavarman, all of them boosted by the mausoleum. He just has ungodly numbers of cuirassiers running around. Anyway, is Statue of Liberty being built? I don't see it anywhere. How about Suryavarman? Is he building it? Nope. Interesting. All right, well, some part of the Doom stack was attacking this, even though there was a siege unit there. So I guess the city will presumably get captured rather than stopping at 56%. Maybe there were multiple stacks that had different orders here. Bismarck moves first. Yeah, Bismarck moves first in this combat, just between the two of them. It's Bismarck, then Hannibal. So Stuttgart did get captured. As I said, it was probably good. There was no need to wait for the defenses to get bombarded. 1 trebuchet would have taken absolutely forever. So that's 2 cities down already. Neither one of them important cities for Bismarck, but not a great sign. Do Hannibal and Suryavarman have open borders? Good question. They do. They do have open borders. So yeah, Srivarman presumably. I mean, technically there is an open path over here now. I wonder if we're about to see a huge mass of blue units running down through the tundra. Oh, I guess they still can't get there until Dusseldorf's captured. But if Dusseldorf gets captured, I bet we see a huge group of them racing through the southern tundra. Because once that city falls, their pathfinding has a way to get over there. Anyway, in terms of power, just to check back in on that, if we're curious, it's still the same as before. Suryavarman has an ungodly amount of units. Um, I think it's actually been hurting him that he's been stuck in this war because he just keeps churning out more units. He's paying a lot of military costs for them. His unit cost is 128. Oh my god. He he has 613 units. He has 613 units, you guys. What? How does that compare to Hannibal? Hannibal has 184 units. 184 compared to 613. Hannibal has like one third the size of the military. That's crazy. Bismarck has 78 and Augustus has 3. 3. Is that really correct? Yes, musket, Praetorian longbow. I actually haven't done this before in other years of AI Survivor. I didn't realize you could check the total size of their military by doing that. Obviously, that doesn't say anything about the quality of the units, but just in terms of raw numbers, that's a really nice way you can just see how many they have. Dear Lord. So, as I said, I think his economy has stalled out to some extent because, like, if you look at Hannibal, his unit supply 4113. Look at Sir Varman 128. So like he's paying way more for his units. All right, now he's got research turned back on 1480. Hannibal's 1200. Although Hannibal's upgrading units, so again, it keeps being hard to get these comparisons because they keep turning off the slider to upgrade units. I think Hannibal has slightly faster research, but I mean, dear God, Sir Varman has so much military. It's insane. Yeah, the AI discounts on deity are pretty ridiculous. All right, here's another stack with the one trebuchet again. It would be great if that unit would just die so that this 100. How many units are in this stack? 59 could just plow their way through. Hannibal also did get steel, so he's going to have cannons available as a build option. Yeah, 50, 56. For his sake, I hope he doesn't get stalled out here too long. He could be here for a very long time if he's bombarding for 4% per turn. Oh, Servan was in a golden age. Is he in a golden age right now? Yes, he is. He's got the plains tiles with the double hammer. Whew. Yeah, if Suryavarman, if he can declare war on Hannibal, if it's down to just the two of them, he probably will declare at some point if he can, which he will be able to. So yeah, the game likely is just going to stay in this state until Hannibal is able to open up a path to reach this last city. And then we'll see if Suryavarman tries to go for domination after that. Or if he tries to tech to a spaceship or go culture or what the heck. He could try to go culture if he wanted to. Now, this group of Cavs and Grenadiers tried to just attack without the defenses being down, and they did not have that much success. But Dortmund will fall eventually. I mean, eventually those defenses are going to go down, and then the city will fall. Sooner or later, it'll happen. It would be nice if there was more than one trebuchet in that stack. So Mining Inc. also founded. We're getting into some of the late game stuff now. Looks like he got the Great Engineer and then used it to pop Mining Inc. Again, same thing still Augustus with this one city. Bismarck protecting him for the time being. Pretty clever of Hannibal to bombard with one trebuchet. Keeps Suryavarman locked in his war. I mean, you could say that that's kind of quietly brilliant, I suppose. Creative Construction founded too. There's the assembly line research. And Hannibal went state property. Okay. So Hannibal not going to go the corporation route, although I guess he could change his mind. Dortmund slowly getting poked down. As I said, Hannibal's next set of siege units should be cannons, so Presumably, he'll be a little bit faster on his future sieges because he'll have cannons. Or he'll just upgrade this one trebuchet that's at 0.76 health. So Suryavarman is out of a golden age now. He appears to realize that he has enough military and has a lot of cities building research now. And he's upgrading again. I can't get an accurate count on these guys' research because they're always upgrading units all the time. It's just as far as I can tell, Hannibal seems to be a little bit faster. If this would actually get dragged out to a spaceship, which I don't think it would go to a spaceship ending. In the meantime, though, continue to watch this very, very slow siege of Dortmund down here. This agonizingly slow siege of Dortmund. There's some other units running around on other parts of the map, but that's clearly where most of Hannibal's military is. Bismarck's tech is not likely to advance much further, though. Whereas Hannibal is about to get the next generation of military tech. He just unlocked assembly lines, so he's going to have the factories and infantry everywhere. Take him a little while to build those, but afterwards he'll have way more production. Suryavarman building a transport. The AI is actually really bad at doing that. I've never seen them do that unless it's to an offshore island. I have not seen them ferry units just across the same landmass. That's not to say it couldn't happen, but I've never seen it before. I believe it can't I believe it's not able to transport to the same continent. Because we've had AI survivor games before where an AI had one city left in like the tundra and they just wouldn't boat to get over to it. All right, how much longer? I feel like we've just been sitting here outside of Dortmund for like the last dozen turns or so, because that is what we've been doing. They will never transport to the same continent if there's a land connection. That was my understanding as well. Hannibal just attack already. He's waiting for it. He's building up to it. That trebuchet has 0.12 out of 12, 0.12 out of 4 health. And he's got 80 units here. Don't worry, it's just going to keep chipping away. He'll attack in the next turn or two, though. Usually when it gets down to about 10%, they attack. Usually. He's working on it, don't worry. There it goes. All right, finally. Oh, the path is cleared! The path is clear! The route is open! The little trebuchet that could. Seriously, though, where... All right, well, now he's got artillery, so that's not going to happen again. Apparently researched up to artillery tech, so yeah. Any future sieges were not going to take that long. Bismarck is trying his own siege, but against our infantry and airships, that's not likely. Yeah, I bet we see a horde of blue units come racing through here in the near future. Just keep an eye out for it, okay? And here comes some. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Here they come, you guys. Look at them. The March, the Doom stack. This stack has how many units? Oh, just a little bit of 228 units. Just a little welcoming party with 228 units. 121 cavalry in tow. That's all. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's a thing. Let's see where Hannibal heads next. That stack should be just about healed up and ready to go again. Yeah, the minimap is hilarious. You just see this blob of blue advancing through the orange territory. Anyway, Bismarck had a stack. It looks like it died, I think. Did it just die between turns? Yeah, Bismarck's little stack just died. Hannibal's like, I've got this. So in comes the cavalry. Literally, here comes the cavalry. You're saying maybe Hannibal gets the nukes first? I guess it's possible. Yeah, look at this. Here they come. Don't mind us. Anyway. Hannibal, are you going to attack one of these other Bismarck cities? Well, he's got some random calves going after this group down here. But I don't see the main Hannibal stack. Where is it? It'll pop up sooner or later. Here it is, over here. All right, now he's moving his... Yeah, here we go. Still just one siege piece, but it is an artillery piece instead. It's that same unit again. It healed up to 5.94. It's gonna... But that will... I mean, artillery will take down the defenses in like 4 turns. Here they come. Just 55 units, yeah. This definitely does not have as many units. Up to 244 units now. Can we get to 300 before we're done? Anyway. Yeah, where are those other artillery pieces? I know he had more artillery than just that. Hannibal also researching flight, so he could take down city defenses with airplanes too. Yeah, took out 15% in 1 turn, as opposed to what was it before? 3% makes a difference. Hey, Sydney, you want to come back up here with me? This game's not quite done yet, although I think we're getting closer to a conclusion. Oh, the barbs are back. Barbs are back. The barbs are just kind of like, takes a step forward. It's like, wait, what? What's going on here? Augustus will flee to Antarctica. I don't know if there's anywhere left to flee to at this point. Yeah, Munich will fall in a couple turns. We're still finishing up with this game, buddy. It's not time yet. Wait, you guys got to see. So that city did get captured. Yeah. Are you getting antsy, Sydney? You getting antsy, bud? Sorry, it's not time yet. He wants to go on a stroll around the neighborhood. We have to avoid saying the WALK word because it makes him very excited if he hears that. All right. So this deck's now moving forward without siege in it, which means it should just attack. But looky what's finally made it all the way up to the final Roman resting place down here. Oh, you're a good boy, buddy. Oh my goodness, you're such a good boy. Are you getting antsy? What's that? Are you got the staring face? Hold on. You're such a good boy, buddy. I'm sorry, the game's not done yet, bud. It's too early. Why don't you just come up here with me? Come on. Meanwhile, we interrupt the final invasion of the Roman defenses to bring you Sydney giving kisses. Okay. All right, but enough is enough. Augustus amazingly survived for like an extra 30 turns, but Hannibal did Surrey of Armament a solid and open up the path to get there. So now there's a massive army down in the southern tundra. An absolutely massive army in the southern tundra. All right, so Augustus, you did not finish top 2 this game. Okay, so let's go ahead. So Augustus finishes. Boy, we look like we might just have two leaders at the end of this game. Very possible at this point. So we get a kill for another kill for Surrey of Armand, and then we need to get who is this? Augustus. Okay. What turn is this? 251. All right. Augustus. Game 2, turn 251. And you definitely did not get a kill, Augustus. That was from Isabella. Okay. All right. I realized my face was blocking this, but if you're curious, that's what it looks like on the Excel spreadsheet. All right. So again, fantasy. We bid farewell to Augustus. Augustus did not score any points. So Slashin does have some leaders out. And then Surrey Varman picks up another point there. Surrey Varman looks like he's going to get the big score in this game. Okay. Back to Civ4 again. All right. So, and then there were 3. It looks like Berlin's going to fall this turn too. And because it looks like we're rapidly heading down to just 2. There's a lot of units moving on this inner turn. Yeah, Berlin got captured as well. Bismarck has very little left at this point. All right. So just a quick check-in on diplomacy. So Suryavarman does like Hannibal, but remember, he can plot war at pleased is a possibility. So we'll keep an eye on him. We'll try to check in periodically, see if he's plotting war, but for the time being, he's not. And dear Lord, he has a lot of cities. Look at this city list. Oh my God. That is a lot of cities that he has. Did I miss the point for Hannibal's kill? I don't think so. Let me just double check there. I don't think so. I currently have 2 kills for Suryavarman and 2 kills for Hannibal. Yeah, I have 2 kills for each of them, so I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything because we've only had 4 leaders die so far. Does the AI delete units? I don't think they do, honestly. This is also when Civ4 starts to get pretty unwieldy, is if you get into the end game like this. It can start to get pretty wild. Now, Civ4 does have things like rally points, and you can queue up a city to alt-click, build the same unit endlessly. So there are some tools to help out with that. But there's not going to lie, when there's this many units on the map, it does start to get kind of unwieldy. Oh, look at this. Hannibal getting the Pentagon is not bad for him. Oh, Suryavarman could actually, Suryavarman could actually declare war on Bismarck. I didn't really think about that, but he could if he wanted to. He hates Bismarck out of these 2 leaders. Really does not like Bismarck. Hannibal just picked up industrialism, so that's the tech that unlocks tanks, recall. At this point, it's pretty much just like huge stacks running around, trying to capture the last remaining cities. Like sometimes they stop to bombard with siege, and sometimes they don't. This city looks like it's well defended, but that's like, oh, it's defended by mostly caravels. But yeah, you're going to start seeing tanks pop up in the build queue, and tanks against rifles we know are a one-sided slaughter. So that should pick up the pace of this conquest a bit. I'm not sure where Hannibal... Oh, never mind. There's a tank. Hannibal just pulled a tank off the assembly line and used it to grab that city in the tundra, so that clears that up. Apparently it's taken a while to update the map here. There's a lot of units on the map. So how many Viz cities are left? 1, 2, just these 4. Okay, just 4 cities are left. Well, we'll see where he targets next. There were some random units attacking Hamburg, but not like bothering to siege it down or bombard or anything. I think there's a stack here. It's like running. I'm off the camera again. Oh yeah, thank you. Hard for me to see sometimes. Let's see. Is this better? Yeah, that should be better. Hannibal taking elephants over snowy terrain. Yeah. I am wondering though, will we get the domination victory, or does this just end up in like the default spaceship? I know space was the most popular pick in the contest. Just like scrolling the map down, it's like do. Oh, that's ominous. Can you imagine if you were playing this game and like you just like had a scout out and you walked down here and you were like, what's going on, guys? You're like, what is this? Anyway, Hannibal seems to be taking his time grabbing these last few cities. I think this might be the package delivery I mentioned. I gotta calm down, Sydney. 1 sec. Sydney, it's okay. Hey, bud. Just package is being delivered. Okay. Sydney was a little asleep at the wheel. The package was delivered to our front door, and he didn't start barking until the person was already like down at the bottom of the driveway. Hannibal adopts environmentalism. Okay. I don't know if that was worth a turn of anarchy, buddy. But sure, why not? What would be hilarious is if Hannibal went for a cultural victory and he ended up winning because Suryavarman doesn't declare war on him. No. So yeah, Hannibal does seem to be a little bit ahead in tech, but we'll get a better sense of that. We'll just keep advancing these turns until Bismarck is gone, presumably is gone, and then we'll see. Yeah, but now the tanks are on board, it's rifles really do not stop tanks. It's like Cav against longbow, basically. It's like longbows are great units in their air. Also, why? Like, just why? Why are there 10 artillery pieces completely alone? I guess they're good enough to kill anything that Bismarck can field, but it's like normally you want to defend siege units, not just have them running around by themselves. So it's like longbows are great units when they first pop along, but Cav against longbow is an absolute slaughter. Rifles are like that too. Rifles are good defensive units, but you get to tanks, it's a slaughter. It's not even close. So, yeah, just one of those things. All right, so Cologne, it's Cologne, Essen, and Frankfurt are the only three cities left. Just to check in, is this guy plotting war? Oh, baby, he is. Who's he going after? I would guess that he's targeting Bismarck because he hates Bismarck, but, well, let's see. He's plotting war. Gonna try to swipe that steel credit, perhaps, or just try to go for the kill against Hannibal. I guess we'll find out. I would guess that he wants to attack Bismarck, though, because he does not like Bismarck. And Bismarck is also putting cultural pressure on his cities. Well, I don't know. Here comes the latest stack of tanks. Poor Bismarck. Really did nothing the entire... It's like Bismarck and Augustus literally did nothing the whole game. I guess Bismarck declared war on Suleiman the one time. Augustus just did nothing at all the whole game. Boy, this is a kind of a slow conquest here, Hannibal. You want to pick up the pace at all? I would have thought that you could have done this a little bit sooner. Well, oh, there's one artillery. It's that one artillery piece again. One artillery. As we said, at least he won't get stuck there for 15 turns, but still. Not the most efficient conquest. Yep, there's the 15%. At least he can only get stuck there for a maximum of 4 turns as the paratroopers fly in. Bring one artillery. Yeah, this is... It's just a mess of green and blue on the map right... Or not green and blue, orange and blue on the map right now. Green, I don't know why I said that. Getting colors mixed up. Hannibal's just chilling. Oh, what's this? Anarchy, I'm assuming? It's not the slider, right? Yeah, he's just in anarchy. They both wanted environmentalism. Weird. Don't know why they both wanted environmentalism that badly. I can't imagine their health situation is that poor. Alright, well, there's one of the 3 remaining cities gone. So now it's down to just Essen and Frankfurt. It's like slow remaining capturing of the cities. I expect to see, yeah, I was going to say I expect to see paratroopers flying in. AI likes to do that in the late game. So if Suryavarman were to try to go for culture, he has 2 really good cities, but he's missing the 3rd, it looks like. Hannibal, I cannot imagine, would go for culture. Suryavarman's at 47% land area as far as domination, so he's close, but he would need to take some land away from Hannibal. He can't get it just with what he has right now. And Hannibal does seem to be ahead in tech for what that's worth. Because like all these techs, Suryavarman is like 10 turns behind in hitting the same techs from what I've seen. All right, here comes the Doom stack. There does not appear to be any siege in this stack. It's not that much of a Doom stack. Oh, 43. It's about 60 units. That's a pretty good Doom stack, I guess. 60 units is not that bad. And like Hannibal's had Apollo program for a while. Oh, he still doesn't have industrialism yet. So I think Biz is going to fall in the next turn because I don't think this stack will stop this bombard. I think it just runs over this city. Hannibal could legitimately win this game, which would feel really bizarre. A Hannibal first, Surrey Varman second. But he really could win this because his tech is out in front. It could just be peaceful the rest of the game and Hannibal just techs to space and wins. All right, but Biz is gone, so now we're down to just 2 leaders. I have to say these 2 leaders are the ones that deserve the top two spots. Now, which one gets which, I guess we still have to figure out. But these are definitely the 2 deserving leaders. This is a brutal game. It's been brutal. Hannibal's also been getting all the late game wonders too, which is not, that's not nothing. Yeah, I think this was definitely a best case scenario for Hannibal. Biggest moment of the game was when he took New York and then just took Washington, like immediately. It was like, what? Anyway, though. So Bismarck also falls, and we've got our top 2. So we know who's moving on. We just don't know who's going to get first and who's going to get second at this point. All right. So we get another kill for Hannibal. This is going to be a huge scoring game for Hannibal. Even if he gets second, it's a 5-point score for Hannibal. And this is Bismarck. Okay, so we need all the others to move up a slot. And this is turn, 271? Okay. Let me scroll up so you can see this. Game 2, turn 271. And no, you did not have a kill, Bismarck. I got it. All right. This way, just the stuff's in order, so I don't have to order it later on. All right. I think that's all right. Fantasy contest again. So Bismarck is out. So the reign of Slashin has been slowed a bit with Biz and Augustus scoring no points. But he did pick up another point for Hannibal. So 10 points already. And still with some other leaders yet to go. So we'll see. Slashin's putting up a score. The rest of the field's going to have to chase down. But we'll see. It's gonna be fun watching that continue. Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting wildcard game. Well, no one from this game's going to the wild card. No one from this game's going to the wild card. That's for sure. Hannibal's been doing work. 3 kills. 5 kills is the most that it's possible to get because there always has to be at least 2 leaders alive. Because the AI doesn't raise cities, it's impossible to get a conquest victory. There always will be at least 2 leaders alive. So 5 is the most 5 is the most total kills that can happen in a game. This is actually really nice. This way he doesn't waste any more turns in Anarchy by picking up Christo. All right, so let's look then. Let's do the big overview of these 2 guys, right? Because we've only got 2 left. All right, GMP, very even, shockingly even. Production, as you'd expect, Surrey Varman's ahead. Food, significant lead. You'd expect him to be ahead. Power, significant lead. Again, culture, also a significant lead. But actual research seems to be pretty comparable. Surrey Varman is at 1900, running a slight gold surplus. Hannibal, oh my goodness, 20. Wow. Wow. I guess financial trait does help in the late game. Jeez. Wow. Okay. Hannibal's researching much faster. I was not expecting that. Are the unit costs really slowing down Surrey Varman? I suspect they are. He has 874 units. Hannibal has 319. Yeah, it does look like the unit costs are slowing him down a fair bit. His expenses are 1,065 compared to 430. Yeah, he has 600 more expenses. Ooh, financial trait. Yeah, financial's pretty good trait. Okay. So then the other question is, how do they feel about each other? Well, oh no. Oh no. He's friendly now. He'll never declare war. And Hannibal is pleased and he won't declare war. Oh no. Oh no. Surya Varman might not win this game, you guys. He might not win. Oh no. Is he still plotting war out of curiosity? Oh no, he's not. He's not plotting war. All right, now hold on. There is always the potential for spies to cause trouble and muck this up. So there is the spying potential to screw this up. Um, so it's not over yet. Also, they might end up with more border tension because they've acquired more territory. So it's not done yet. Um, so friendly depends on the piece weight differential, so it varies. There's not a clear thing. Um, we saw the case earlier where Suryavarman and Hannibal were what? They were pleased at -1 or something like that, whereas it was like +3 was annoyed for civs who had a big piece weight differential. Still, this oh boy, this has a decent chance of just going to the space ending potentially. Maybe, and then that would be Hannibal 1, Suryavarman 2. Well, let's see. We got a ways to go, certainly. But let's look at the tech tree then to see. So Hannibal definitely is ahead. So he's got a good portion of the modern era to go. He'll probably also research the poison pill advanced flight stealth techs. Suryavarman, oh, he's actually quite a ways. He's like 8 techs behind or something like that. So this is everything up to mass media. Okay. Suryavarman's missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's down about 8 techs. All right. Well, I think Suryavarman needs to go to. I think he needs to declare war if he wants to win this game. I don't think he can win peacefully against Hannibal at this point. I agree. Status quo. It's Hannibal's game if status quo prevails. I think that's right. Yeah. And unfortunately for Hannibal, unfortunately for Suryavarman, yeah, there's the advanced flight poison pill. It's a tech that you do not need to complete the spaceship, so it just wastes time if you're going for a space race. Um, yeah, unless he can declare war, I think Hannibal's in the driver's seat now. Amazingly, really amazingly. Why are they pleased and friendly? So the reason why they're pleased and friendly is number one, their piece weight is very similar. They both have low piece weight, so they're predisposed to like each other. And they have had long open borders. They've been trading resources the whole game, and the +1 because one of the cities got liberated. Cologne got liberated. Picked up a +1 for that. So yeah, Hannibal to win. Not a popular prediction. Also, I don't think is too likely. Honestly, it would feel as though Hannibal to win is a kind of an unlikely result from this game. Now I could be wrong, but I suspect that that's not going to happen a lot in the alternate histories. I think Suryavarman's going to win a lot in the alternate histories. I think based on what I've seen in this game, I think Suryavarman is probably going to win the most games when we replay this. I think Lincoln puts up a better fight in most games. Agreed. Lincoln put up very little fight in this game. Very, very little fight. Now, unfortunately, we also do have the UN, but the UN can cause some monkeying around. But obviously, no one can win a diplomatic victory with only 2 people in the game. Neither one can win against the other because they just vote for themselves. And the observer civ obviously is not going to vote for one or the other, which is the only way a tie could be broken. So no Diplo ending in this game, which is not unusual. Look at that. The UN. Wow. He just built the UN in like 1 turn. That was fast. That's a lot of production there. Um, Hannibal is just burning through this tech tree, by the way. Suryavarman's at 1900. He's at 3,000 beakers per turn with the deity tech bonuses. Jeez, he's absolutely flying through the tech tree right now. I also think Hannibal got a really lucky break. Um, he just made it through Lincoln. It's like but like he conquered 3 AIs in this game. Solo conquered 3 AIs, and he's still behind Suryavarman. Like, think how unlikely it is that he solo conquered 3 AIs, and Suryavarman's still stronger. But like due to a combination of some weird things happening, Suryavarman is not ahead in tech, which is what you normally are if you have this big of an advantage. Hannibal is also going for the super expensive fusion tech at an early date, which is good if you're trying to win by spaceship. I think he wins by spaceship around like turn 315 ish, roughly. Would be my guess. If again the status quo doesn't change, which it could. Financial alive, best combo. We've talked about that a lot. Yeah. Is Suryavarman actually stronger though? That's a fair point. Um, he just has so many units. I think he would still have the edge. All right. Oh, they actually increased. It was +6. Now it's +7. On the other hand, this is -1. This was at 0 before. So there are some spy shenanigans taking place, but I just don't know if that's going to be enough to break either side out of this situation that they're in. Right. Suryavarman got stuck building military. Suryavarman built an extreme excess of military, which I don't think he would have done if that wasn't the weird border situation. I don't think he would have built that much military otherwise, because he really overbuilt military and it kind of strangled his economy. Even though the daily AIs get a billion cheats in that regard, he just built an ungodly number of. He has 900 units right now. Like that is way more than he needs. He has like triple the units of Hannibal, so he's just paying such a massive amount. Like Hannibal's at 3,000 beakers per turn. I mean, Suryavarman's at 2,500, but he's down a lot of techs. Like, look, he's built. Surveillance actually building research in a lot of cities. Hannibal's not building research in any cities right now. Um, so if you're wondering why is it good for the AI to go for fusion early, it's because the spaceship engine takes forever to build. So them getting that tech early on means they can build the engine faster and get through the rest of the game. Combustion composites on the earlier side's not bad either because the casings can. I mean, they have to build 5 casings, so that takes a little while. Yeah, Augustus settling the tundra. The fact that Augustus apparently decided he wanted to become the Emperor Penguin of this game apparently did end up playing a pretty significant role in how it played out, just due to that really weird border situation. So Yorman gets a super late shrine. Too late for that to matter, though. He's not going to be able to. They're both already in environmentalism. Yeah, there's still no change there. Let's just check the tech tree real quick here. So Suryavarman has picked up a few techs, but Hannibal's picked up more. Yeah, all right. Going for the poison pill stealth yet again. I said he would almost certainly go for advanced flight and stealth. But then he only needs one, two, three, four. He only needs 5 more techs. He also already has the most expensive tech in the game, Fusion. Robotics is the other most expensive tech. I guess stealth is tied with that. Just wasting 3 turns with his stealth. So that's going to shift a potential victory date around a little bit, but otherwise doesn't have much of an effect. I mean, stealth is actually a good tech military-wise. It's just it does nothing to help you win the space race. Stealth bombers are really strong units. They just, they come impossibly late in the game. All right, they both voted for it. Congrats. They were already in environmentalism, so nothing happens. Trying to do these turns a little bit faster until we can actually have something happen. The problem, though, is there's so many units on the board that it takes a long time for each turn to process. Yeah, I was estimating around turn 315 to research the text. And remember, it does take 10 turns for the spaceship to arrive. Now, that wasn't factoring in stealth, so maybe it'll be closer to turn 320. Because, oh, Hannibal just triggered a Golden Age. Well, that is a well-timed Golden Age. Helps him build spaceship parts and burn through the remaining spaceship text. That's a really smart time to trigger it. Obviously, the AI wasn't thinking in those terms. It just happened. But it was well-timed. I should check his research rate. I'm curious what his research rate is now that he's in a golden age. He's probably around 4,000 beakers per turn, especially if he start. I mean, he's not even setting cities to build research. If he just set them all to build research, he could probably hit 6,000 beakers per turn right now. But he's building bomb shelters instead. Yeah, he's at 4,200 beakers. Oh my god. 18. I mean, like 1,800 is a lot, but Hannibal's almost triple that rate. Well, 2.5 times that rate. Jesus. Yeah, I saw Suryavarman built Manhattan, but Hannibal's research is just completely out of control at this point. I mean, like, unless a war declaration were to break out any second. Um, so we do have this. Look, down to cautious. We are down to cautious here, so that's something. That at least introduces the possibility of plotting for war. But he just says, surely you must be joking, as he continues to get the game's most expensive techs in like 2 turns. 2 turning robotics is absolutely insane. That should not happen. Yeah, and Suryavarman's also spending a lot of gold updating his 10 billion units because the AI likes to upgrade its military to keep it up to date. So it's actually costing a lot of gold for him to upgrade all those units. That's true. It is funny. Hannibal staying at peace, he wins the game. If he declares war, he can lose. Look at that. You're more spying monkeying around. Um, but I almost feel like even a war at this point is not going to be able to stop him. He only needs 3 more attacks. He just finished up robotics, so he's going to have mechs. And like he already has modern armor, he has mobile artillery, he has stealth bombers, he has all the late game toys. The only one that Surrey Rumman would have would be mechs, and he's still 5 turns away from that. So yeah, the late game units are pretty strong. So it just needs ecology, superconductors, and genetics now. I mean, he literally can't research anything else. Those are the only possible options. And then he has to build the remaining parts, but that shouldn't take too long either. Yeah, it would be amusing to see the war, right? It would be incredible to see them actually go to war. But it doesn't appear that that's going to happen. All right, again, you guys were already in environmentalism. It's like, seriously, you guys were already in environmentalism. So environment, wait, is he in anarchy or did he turn on the culture slider? Did he just, no, he just flipped into free speech and uni suffrage. I didn't think he had turned on the slider. Maybe he's going for culture though. I don't know. I'll check him as soon as we get out of this processing the turn. Yeah, I don't think he's that close to culture, but I can check. No, he's 100% gold. Okay. He's going for heavy unit upgrades. Look at what is going on here. Sometimes the AI does this. They just run a turn where they set every single population point to a specialist. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. This is not close to going for culture. Anchor Tom is the 3rd city. And this is, yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Trying to upgrade to mechs. Well, Surrey Roman doesn't have robotics, so he can't upgrade to mechs just yet. Apparently we're building recycling centers. It's Earth Day in Carthage, apparently. Interesting. Turning on the slider leaves him around 300 turns. I think that's right. That matches with what I've observed. So yeah, Hannibal, he is on the last tech, genetics, on the final tech here. So he'll finish that in 2 turns, and then he just has to build the spaceship part that goes there. So it looks like he's actually going to finish this slightly earlier than I thought. I was saying turn 315, but it looks like it might be more around turn 310. I wish I'd picked that. I was thinking turn 310. I was like, no, let's go a little earlier. But it looks like it's going to be right around turn 310. So he's going to have all this stuff done, and then he just needs to build the spaceship part. So, and that'll probably take like 2 or 3 turns. So he probably finishes just before turn 310, like 307, roughly, 308, something like that. We'll see. All right, so where is he building the final spaceship part? The space elevator under construction, and maybe he hasn't assigned it yet. Oh, this thruster is, oh, he's building, why is he building the thrusters in this city? The city has very little production. Out of all the places you could build it. Interesting. That's going to slow this down slightly. Well, I'll probably build the last part in Istanbul or Kirkoğan. One of these two, most likely. Up in the west. Oh no, he's building a city that takes 9 turns? Oh dear, why? Why? A 9-turn build? Oh my. Oh geez, why did he pick this town? Oh boy. Well, because I have turned 300, I was hoping it would be within 10 turns of that. It's not going to be within 10 turns of that now. Oh boy, and the stasis chamber is mandatory, so unless you can find some way to speed this thing up, that spaceship isn't launching until turn 315. 315 looks like a good guess right now. It'll be very close to that unless he finds some way to speed this up. Oh boy, it is just random what city they pick to assign this to. 11 gold from an intercontinental trade route. Did he really get that much in that city? It's an awful lot. So, yeah, neither side can win a Diplo victory. Yeah, wow. Oh, look at this trade route. Seriously. Oh, it looks like he reassigned it to a different city. All right, 50% for Kothon, 50% for Pop, 25% for connection to capital, 100% for foreign trade, 150 for sustained peace. That is a valuable trade route right there. All right, it looks like they reassigned to another. Oh, reassigned it over to here. Well, that makes sense considering it can be built in one more. Oh, looks like it might be turn 310. It's right around that. This is like the drama now. It's like, what turn is this going to pop off? We can check in to see on relations, but I actually think it's going to be 309, I think. Building an awful lot of military, yeah. After the AI launches the spaceship, sometimes they go nuts and like launch a war. We've seen that happen way too many times for it to be a coincidence. All right, there goes the spaceship. Oh yeah, the capital's way up there. So we can get the exact arrival date now. I'm going to Hannibal. 1880. Well, that is turn 310, is 1880. That is turn 310. Wait, did he launch with... Oh, he launched with a thruster missing. He actually launched with a thruster missing, the goofball. 4 thrusters, so it takes 12 turns. So it's going to arrive on turn 3, exactly turn 310. Interesting. Yeah, is he plotting war now? Well, someone apparently is plotting war between the, yeah, apparently spying caused some real problems between these two. Spicy indeed. Spicy indeed. Power is still lower, but well, let's see if we get any action on the way out. He is building units nonstop, whereas Three of Armonite is mostly on research. But he's building nukes, so yeah, both sides building up their nuclear arsenals. We're like, please, one more war. All right, well, I mean, you're gonna know if this war starts because you're gonna see a billion green dots, or why do I keep saying that? A million orange dots and blue dots charging across the borders. Let's see if it happens. It would definitely be fun to see. We've kind of had like anticipation for the last 15 to 20 minutes in this game. It's like, are these two titans gonna fight? They've like been they're like two boxers that have been circling each other in the ring for like the entire game. Yeah, it's true. Nuclear first strike does laugh in the face of 1,000 units. Yeah, but has he been building nukes? I haven't been seeing a lot of nukes over here on the side of Carthage. I've been seeing more conventional units. It's hard to say. I haven't been seeing as many nukes on the part of Hannibal, though. All right, well, we got about 8 more turns here. Will the war take 10 turns but 1 hour for your system to process? Probably. It's a good thing Civ4 is such an old game now, because these late turns take so long to process. Um, when the game came out in 2005, the computers that I had at the time would have taken, like each turn would have taken 30 seconds to a minute. It still takes about 10 seconds per turn, maybe a little bit longer, but it's way better than it was back then, believe me. And this is a laptop, this isn't even a desktop. We can check the unit screen, certainly. All right, Surya Mormon is up to 1,147 units. Hannibal is up to 534, so Surya Mormon still outnumbers him about 2 to 1. That said, on the military graph, I think the gap's been closing a little bit. Yeah, well, I guess it stayed about the same, honestly. Hannibal's units are a bit ahead, but Surya Mormon's starting to close the gap in terms of units. Because he has mechs. They both have mechs. He's about to get laser, which is mobile SAMs and mobile artillery. Does not have modern armor, though, and does not have gunships, jet fighters, or stealths, which are important units in late game combat. Should we hover around Hannibal's capture? It is true that Carthage is on the border. Yeah, that's true. That would be absolutely hilarious if Hannibal declared war with like 3 turns to go and his capital got captured on the first turn of the war because it's literally on the front lines. That would be hilarious. Yeah, actually does not control all of his capital. He's got this massive empire, but his capital doesn't even control its own first ring borders. Pretty hilarious. Surrey Roman has more than 1,143. It only counts units after the free supply was counted. Okay, interesting. Still, it's a good general estimate, but you're right. So he has more than 1,100 units. Well, still nothing happened so far. Are you still plotting war, buddy? He's still plotting war. All right. Whenever you feel like you're ready. But the spaceship is going to land in 5 more turns. I have not tried to look for a doom stack just because there are so many units on both sides. It's hard to keep track of where one might be. I guess Myth makes a good point there. Yeah, they're still not at war with each other. Definitely do think we should keep the focus here at Carthage just in case Carthage gets like nuked into oblivion and then a modern armor. I mean, like a modern a mech could in theory move railroad, whoop whoop right into the city if it gets nuked and everything dies, which would be the most hilarious way for the game to end. Oh my god. Yeah, if the capital gets captured, the spaceship is destroyed. It doesn't make a lot of sense logically why that happens, but that is the game mechanic in Civ 4. Now, the whole notion of the spaceship taking 10 turns to arrive or whatnot is already idiotic. If you build the spaceship, that should be it. It's really dumb that you then wait for the spaceship to arrive, which was added in Beyond the Sword, a really stupid feature. But that is the mechanic in Beyond the Sword. It literally makes no sense making people wait for the space. Like what is fun about the spaceship? Waiting for the spaceship to arrive. One of the dumbest things I've ever seen in terms of game mechanics. Anyway, well, time's about to run out on this game because that spaceship's about to show up any second now. So if this war is going to happen, it's going to need to happen. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh boy. Free Rup just got captured. The offensive is on. A lot of modern armor flying across the border. With 1 turn to go. The turn is still processing, I want to be clear. There are a lot of units moving right now. I don't know where on the map they're moving, but they are still moving. Oh boy. Sir Harmon just built the space elevator. Interesting that he got it. Oh boy. So how many cities were captured? We saw Pre-Rup get captured. Samson get captured. Was that it on the first turn? All right, well, the spaceship is due to arrive, but we are probably going to see the nuclear retaliation here. So this is going to be an interesting interturn. Anyway, we've got to update the war declaration. Hey, that actually scores me an extra 2 points to getting it to 8. What did I pick? Oh no, I picked 11, not 10. I'm 1 off. Oh well. I needed it to be 9 to score 2 points. Oh well. Still, I put it on the lower end. All right, well, here comes the nukes. So we should see if the power graph updated for that first turn of the war. Not really. We didn't. It needs another turn to capture that. We can actually run an extra couple of turns after the victory just to see what the heck happens here. Nuke into capital and long war. All right. So again, just to be clear, the spaceship arrives on. No, I'm still on the wrong thing here. 1880. So that is the next turn. It arrives on the very next turn. But there is the potential for Carthage to get nuked here because we're about to see the nuclear response from Surrey Varman. He still has 1,109 units. So he lost like 40 units on the first turn. Hannibal has 600 units, so still has 500 more units. Now they're like a lot of them are older. Like the Cavs are kind of useless at this stage of the game, but that is still a lot of units. All right, well, let's see what happens. Let's fire things off and watch what happens. Yep, there goes the nukes. Oh god, here comes the nukes. Oh my god, so many nukes. The whole front line is turning into a radioactive wasteland. Whatever was over here just all died instantly. Oh my goodness. Anywhere else? Are we seeing the nukes land anywhere else? I'm trying to scroll the map, but like the game is freezing because so much is going on. Uh, everything around pre-Rupp has just been completely turned into nuclear Armageddon. Now down here now by Samsun is getting blasted into oblivion. Carthage still has gunships inside. Okay, it's over to Hannibal's turn. So it looks like Carthage held out, and it looks like the spaceship arrived. And Hannibal did win a space race victory. Okay. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. So he did win the space race victory. I don't know how many units he lost in the nuclear Armageddon, but he did win the space race victory. Ooh, boy, wow. Hannibal's second victory. What an interesting game. Let's do our scoring stuff, and then we'll come back to this, and then continue onwards. All right. I guess we can watch this before we do all our scoring stuff. Okay. So what were the big turning points in this game? I think there were maybe like roughly three big turning points in this game. I'm going to say the first turning point is one we already talked about in chat, which was when Hannibal cut the living daylights out of Lincoln at basically no cost at all because Lincoln was completely incompetent at defending himself. That was the first big moment in the game because it made Hannibal a threat. Hannibal at this, like, look at Hannibal. Look how squeezed he is. How in the world does this guy end up being so strong from this position? It seems really unlikely. It seems super duper unlikely that that would happen. But then he takes New York, and then he takes Washington, because Lincoln just didn't defend them. He had an archer and a warrior in the first city. He had two archers in the second city. I was like, what? Where are your units? You have copper. Where are your axes? Where are your spears? And at this point, Lincoln's just a sitting duck. Even Suleiman getting involved was not enough to change things around there. Okay, that's the first big turning point. The second big turning point is Suryavarman declares war on Mansa. His timing was good. He hit Mansa before Mansa could run away. Mansa was starting to get a tech lead. Like, his research rate was pulling in front of the other leaders, but just didn't get time. The economy did not get time to accelerate away. And by doing that, Suryavarman ensured that we would not see a Mansa runaway performance. We would end up with runaway Khmer instead. And then the other last thing is the one we've been talking about is the utterly bizarre situation in the southern tundra. Augustus being so weird in the southern tundra. His survival for an extra, 30 to 40 turns, really messed up Suryavarman. It definitely messed him up. It gave Hannibal the time to conquer Suleiman. It gave him time to conquer Germany. It just caused him to build so much military that it strangled his economy. And he just lost all his momentum by giving Hannibal all this extra time. And by late game, they were at peace, and Hannibal had the financial trait, and Suryavarman was carrying 500 extra units, which dragged down his economy, and that was the difference. So Hannibal, the unexpected winner, really surprising in this one. And then we get the violent ending to this game. What happened on the last inner turn? So Hannibal lost Samsun, Prerup, Frankfurt, Isfa, Pura. No, so Hannibal lost 3 cities and then he recaptured 2 more. Was how that one shook out. What a game. This was turn 310, wasn't it? Exactly turn 310. We went the graphs at the end, GMP, production. Suryavarman's a little bit ahead in pretty much everything. And then demos. Suryavarman is here, and then Hannibal is here, if you want the exact numbers between the two. Suryavarman killed not as many units as you would think. I think Hannibal killed more in this game. Yeah, Hannibal was at war much more between the two of them. Did we skip over power? That was about what you thought there. All right, Hannibal wins space race victory. All right, so wait just one more turn. All right, so how many nukes were launched on this turn? Let's say both. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of nukes from Suryavarman. Hannibal shot down a decent number of them. Good thing for him, he had SDI finished, because that is a lot of nukes. But some of them got through. And then Hannibal had his own nuclear retaliation. So yeah. Meanwhile, over here, There's a lot of fighting over here. Not as many nukes deployed over here, though. This city was captured as well. Alright. It's going to keep saying, and a nuke was shot down for a bunch of turns now. I just want to see if either side ends up getting like an advantage in the fighting once we can see the graphs. So Suryavarman will go first again. Like, it's hard to say how many units were killed in the nuclear exchange. 27 nukes. Yeah, I just wanted to advance a turn or two and then look at the score. I was just curious how the heck this worked out. Man, these inner turns are taking forever because there's so many units. And all right, looks like we had a bunch of nukes dropped on Berlin over here. This is going to be oh, when? Okay, we got out of that turn. How many do we have more nukes dropped? They've used up. Okay, Jesus Christ. Suryavarman definitely has a lot more nukes. So this turn apparently he shot off his ICBMs. And it looks like he devastated some of the cities back here a little ways away from the front line. Jeez, okay. That's a lot of nukes. Oh boy. Looks like it's just completely mutual assured destruction between the two of them. Looks like it's complete mad doctrine here. Everybody freaking loses. All right. Well, Suryavarman's down to only 693. He was at 1100, almost 1200 before. He's lost hundreds of units. Hannibal has similarly lost, but not as badly. I actually think Hannibal might be pulling ahead in this overall because his units are more advanced. Jeez. Yeah, check out their Diplos. Yeah, remember how they were friends the whole game? Yeah, not so friendly anymore. You nuked us. You get a minus something every time you get nuked. Not such friends anymore. Also, the war weariness has to be catastrophic on both sides already. Yeah, already 7 unhappy faces from war weariness. Let's go up to like turn 315 and just stop there and see if we see any patterns. I'm just curious. As I said, I think Hannibal is slightly getting the better of this, but it's hard to say because I think his units are more advanced overall. Geez, the whole front line is just nothing but fallout. Like, the entire front lines are fallout at this point because there's been so many nukes launched on both sides. They have completely ruined the world they're fighting over at this point. Look at this Washington deep in the back lines getting nuked. Philadelphia getting nuked. There's just... How about the back lines of... Suryavarman look like they're in slightly better shape. But it's pretty rough. There's a lot of fallout on the map now. Suryavarman in particular seems to have more nukes. Bursa was captured. Where's Bursa? Where in the world is... Oh, over here. Okay. There are 185 units in here. So this looks like the core of where the fighting is taking place. That said, it is modern armor against tanks. That's a pretty big edge in favor of modern armor. So Suryavarman moves first here. And then Hannibal moves second. Just FYI between the two of them. This is the timeline where the War Games computer didn't have tic-tac-toe installed. Yeah, but this seems to be where the main fighting is taking place between the two sides. This deck had 185 units in it. It has 13 units in it now. More tactical nukes fired. Suryavarman fired off in about like another 6 or 7 tactical nukes this turn. Jeez, these two. Oh my god. Look at these. Look at the power graph. But note that it's gotten a lot closer. It was heavily in Suryavarman's favor. Now it's closer. And in terms of the unit count, oh my god, he's all the way down to 365. He had 1,100 units at the start of the war. He's lost 800 or 900 units. Oh my god, Hannibal has almost equaled him, 305 to 360. Yeah, I think Hannibal's winning the war between the two of them. I think Hannibal's winning the war. Whether that's shown up in terms of like territory yet, I think he's winning. And I think it's just because his units are better quality. Modern armor against tanks and whatnot. Suryavarman is all accidentally nuking his own units. Oh, we should check the war weariness counter. Yeah, Bursa just got recaptured back. It looks like most of the territory has been taken by Hannibal in this fight. All right, yeah. War weariness has to be absolutely out of. Oh my god. Oh my god. He has 21 war weariness. I guess that's what happens when you lose 900 units in a war. Oh my god. He's already at the 20% on the culture slider, and it's still devastating. Yeah, his cities are beginning to starve because he can't keep them happy anymore. 19 unhappiness from war weariness. Dear lord. I mean, it's not much better on the other side, but okay, let's not look at the globe city. But it is at least a little bit better because he has whatchamacallit? Um, Statue of Zeus. Thank you. I was trying to come up with it. Yeah, Surya Varman's been dropping most of the nukes. But as I said, let's just do one. We said we're going to do turn 315. Nothing fascism can't fix. Hard to say is whether whose side thinks they're winning. It's hard to say. About all I can say is that literally everyone is losing from this war. I think this is one of those things where just everybody freaking loses. Stop the war. That might actually go through. All right. So as far as power, just a last check. Yeah, look at this. I think Hannibal has actually taken over first place in power now, or it's so close this makes no difference. That's a big swing there between the two of them. And in terms of units, 321 now for Surya Varman against 297. Yeah, it's pretty much completely dead even between the two. In terms of the kill count, this has to have been extreme now. Actually, not that many for Surya Varman. Hannibal, do nukes even show up as killed? How about lost for Surya Varman? Out of curiosity. Yeah. Okay. All right, I think we'll stop it here. I think Hannibal would win if we kept going. I think he would, but it's close, and like there's been so many nukes dropped on this part of the map in particular is just nothing but fallout. So yeah, Cavs against Modern Armor, not a good fight indeed. All right, so we'll stop with the actual game here, and we'll go over to our scoring and look at the fantasy contest then as well.